The trick is just to be really confident, right? Hi! Join us. 3 actors who menstruate. 1 boy and a middle-aged man. As we... I'm not cutting, I've started. We're in, guys. We're in. Join us for a Regency Fun and Frolics Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Now everyone's in view. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
What's up?
I guess introduce yourselves.
As ourselves?
Yes, as human beings.
Okay. Hi, I'm Taya Campbellova. I am an actor and I am a massive history nerd. Yeah?
Hi, I'm Maijai Hibbert, also an actor. I just like D&D.
Hi, I'm Morne Trimmer. I am also an actor and I'm just happy to be here.
I'm Rio Lewin and I'm technically an actor. And yeah, I'm the boy that was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, me, yeah, me. Yeah, so I am Lyndon Winters, I am the Dungeon Master, and I'm also an actor, I guess.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
3 years of training.
Yeah.
You were Macbeth.
I was Macbeth once, yeah. Anyway, glossing over that.
Little humble brag there.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't say
This week's episode is sponsored by me, who spent all the money setting this up. Yeah.
Bravo.
Me.
Bravo.
Thanks.
Well done. Excellent.
Yeah, I reckon we should just get going, get started.
Yeah.
No one cares about us. They're just
Yeah.
they're like, play Dungeons and Dragons. Shut the up. We'll have to beep that out, probably. Imagine I dim down the lights if we could afford dimmable lights.
It's magic.
Come with me, dear viewers, to the charming Regency village of Bledlow as we approach Penhallow Hall, the sprawling manor house, with its stately facade of grey stone and ivy creeping up the walls, exudes a sense of history and tradition. The grand oak doors, adorned with intricate carvings and brass knockers, hint at the grandeur of bygone eras. As we step inside, we find ourselves in a spacious hallway, the floors polished to a shine, and adorned with an ornate rug that spans its length. The walls are lined with family portraits, each one seeming to watch our every move as we make our way deeper into the house. As we turn a corner, we enter a drawing room. And maybe our breath catches in our throat, Jesus. For the room is bathed in the soft, golden light of the morning sun that filters through the sheer curtains that billow gently in the breeze. 4 young women, dear friends since childhood. It's 3, because one's a boy. 3 young women, dear friends since childhood, nestle comfortably around the room, each engaged in their own leisurely pursuits. The scent of fresh flowers wafts through the air, mingling with the sweet notes of the pianoforte being played by Miss Talia Bronton. Her fingers gracefully moving across the ivory keys as she plays a gentle melody. Her eyes are closed and a serene expression graces her features. Next to her, Miss Agatha Pentecost reclines on a chaise, a book propped open in her lap. She reads with rapt attention. They all think they're on camera. She reads with rapt attention, occasionally glancing at Miss Bronton. On the opposite side of the room, you notice Miss Rosalind Penhallow, perched on a cushioned stool, her attention fully absorbed in Ackerman's repository of arts. She flips through the pages with a critical eye, occasionally snickering at the more outlandish fashion choices. The room itself is a marvel of design, with plush sofas and armchairs arranged around a large fireplace, its mantel adorned with delicate porcelain figurines. The walls are a soft shade of cream, adorned with gilded frames that hold a myriad of artworks, and the windows are draped with heavy curtains that pool elegantly on the floor. We can't help but feel a sense of peace and tranquility in this idyllic home. These three young women have known nothing but a life of privilege and ease for as long as they can remember, sheltered from the world's troubles and concerns, content in their little bubble of comfort and calmness. Beyond the picturesque village of Bledlow, however, unbeknownst to these untroubled girls, lies a world rife with hidden sinister forces, waiting to disrupt the peace they have come to know. We join them in the early spring of 1820. The king is dead, and the lives of these three young women are about to be turned upside down in ways they never could have imagined. But for now, let us bask in the beauty of this moment and the serenity of Penhallow Hall. Let us enjoy the company of these three young women and witness the unfolding of their extraordinary tale. For this is just the beginning of an adventure that will captivate us and terrify them until the very end. Morne, why don't you describe Agatha for us?
Okay. Agatha Pentecost is an 18-year-old girl who was unfortunately a very sickly child. She has been brought up in a seaside town for the past 6 or so years while trying to recover. In her ailment, her mother turned to Christianity and encouraged Agatha to also follow in God's footsteps. Her father, on the other hand, is keeping up appearances. He goes to church every Sunday, he will pray, he will say grace, but he might not think the same way that his wife and daughter do.
Not as devout.
Not as devout, that's the word, yes. Agatha has grown up pretty lonely. Rosalind and Talia would come visit her every now and again, and they would write letters. However, Talia's letters mysteriously stopped after a while, and so did the visits. Rosalind, however, came to visit every so often, and now she is back in the village of Bledlow after a happy turn for the better.
Maijai.
That was a really long intro. Mine's not going to be.
Oh.
Talia is 5'4".
Sure.
Not describe my appearance
Yeah.
whatsoever.
She's very ginger, quite pale, lots of freckles. She's left-handed. Her favourite colour is green, and she doesn't have that many friends.
Diddums.
Rosalind, on the other hand, has lots of wonderful friends because Rosalind's life is just so wonderful. Rosalind is the only daughter and the youngest child of the Baronet Frederick Francis Penhallow.
Only child.
Wow.
And my mum's dead.
Yeah, those are key. Only child, mum is dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Yeah.
It's very D&D.
Continue.
Yeah. So Rosalind she's just turned 18 and she takes herself very seriously as a young lady. She wants to do everything she can to make her family proud. So she takes a great deal of care in her appearance. She is very beautiful in a very conventional sort of way, and she tries very, very hard to, look perfect and behave perfectly at all times. So she's very kind and very sweet. And that's all you need to know.
Fabulous. We'll get to you later, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm not here. Like, I don't
All those
exist.
intros were so different.
I feel like they were all
Yours
very
was
in
so-
character.
So, as I described, you are in the drawing room of Penhallow Hall, one of the probably many drawing rooms, actually. Enjoying a beautiful spring morning. Talia on the piano. Take it away.
Are you enjoying the music, Agatha?
Yes, it is very lovely.
It's so good to have you back with us again.
Thank you, it's wonderful to be here.
And your health is quite all right now.
I am much improved, yes.
Wonderful. You are positively aglow with health in a way I've not seen since, well, your brother's wedding.
Thank you, yes, that was... Whew. That was a day for the books, was it not?
Yes. Well, it all turned out wonderfully in the end, didn't it?
Yes, Jane is so lovely.
And they're getting along well?
They seem to be, yes. They have been getting on wonderfully, and it's nice to spend my time with them.
So lovely to hear. To think soon we may all be married.
Yes.
Something the matter, Talia?
Not at all.
As you are all enjoying this beautiful spring morning, your older brother, Archibald, politely knocks and enters the room. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Archibald.
Morning.
I trust you're all well.
That's quite well.
Yes.
I have some letters for you.
For us?
Yes, perhaps you'll find something interesting in them. They just arrived.
Do you know who sent them?
Am I your errand boy?
Sorry, Archibald. Thank you for delivering them to us.
Boy?
That's for you there. And, that's for you there.
Thank you.
And ma'am, for you.
Thank you.
Father has asked me to remind you all that your behaviour is expected to be beyond reproach while he is away. We are, after all, the sons and daughters of one of the most respected families in England. We must carry ourselves with the utmost decorum at all times.
Yes, we must, and you can rest assured that we will.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have more pressing matters to attend to. I trust I won't be disturbed again.
Of course.
He politely removes himself from the room, leaving you guys with your letters.
It appears that there's a ball.
How exciting.
Wow.
I've not truly danced since my birthday.
Will I be
Watching
expected to
in
dance?
Various locations around the village.
What?
You must use your wit and cunning to solve the clues that will lead you to them. I do hope you will find this little diversion most agreeable.
What?
Do not be
How
alarmed.
odd.
The scavenger hunt will not be too taxing. There you go.
Don't worry,
It will be the
Agatha.
most delightful way to spend the day. I implore you to gather your friends and come join us at the ball. It is sure to be an occasion to remember.
Mr. Percy Blythe. That is not a name I recognise.
Oh, he owns the mill, the mill that my father does not own.
Oh.
I mean, he's a very respected man around town, but this does seem rather an odd way to engage 3 young ladies to a ball.
Yes.
I have a note with mine.
Oh!
Where the water's edge meets the grass, look for a spot where the ducks can bask. A stone bench is where you'll find the next Jew trying to hide.
Mine says something quite different. Mine is, where the flour is ground and the wheat is stored, I am hidden waiting to be poured.
Mine reads, where vendors call and locals go, look for me where the produce will grow.
Well, I guess all of our invitations are in different places.
I suppose.
I shall be going to the lake.
Well, produce,
Well, do you not all think we ought to be going together? It might look rather odd for a young lady of a respectable house to be walking by herself with our fathers away.
Fine, we shall all go together to the lake, to the wherever and the whatever.
Well, I suppose that I must go to the farm, produce.
The flour is ground. Mine seems to suggest a mill. I suppose it would be Blythe's mill and not my father's.
The vendors call and locals go.
Okay, which is closer? This is your village, after all.
Well, what does yours say?
Something about a
The
lake.
water's edge.
A stone bench?
Well, that must be, yes, the river, which is down at the bottom of town, and
I seem to be
yours-
mistaken. I believe this may be the market,
Of
where
course.
vendors call and locals go.
Of course, well, perhaps we ought to go there first then, as that is the centre of the village.
Yes.
Well, no time like the present. It's a beautiful morning.
Off we go.
As odd as this is, it is wonderful there is to be a ball.
Yes. Yes, I can't wait.
I do so love balls.
Of course.
Nice.
I love dancing.
We won't be cutting that.
Okay, well, let us fetch our jackets and head off then. Boy, you'll accompany us, will you not?
Oh. Of course, I can't let you go by yourself.
Yes, that would be dreadfully improper.
Shall we have the boy introduce himself now?
Yes, I've been silently standing guard in the room. I guess I followed Archibald in and gave the notes out, and then when he left, I awkwardly didn't know what to do, so I stood there alongside there. My name is Seth Mann, and I am the junior, like the juniorest junior footman of like the house Penhallow, and I'm very young. I've got a strong chin, weak jaw, if that makes sense. Very kind of pointy, weak. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But good brown hair, but slightly messy because I'm not very good at looking after myself. Very nervous looking person, but very willing to do whatever I can because I want to prove myself as the youngest person in the footman at only 15 years old. So yes, of course it'd be wrong for me to let you go by yourself. I should probably let Reginald know that we're heading off.
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
of course. I'll
Well, you do that and meet us outside.
Of course, ma'am. And then I do the deepest bow, like deep bow, like almost falling over, but not quite falling over, the deepest bow I can do. And then I escort myself out of the room. But as I go to leave, I open the door. I'm like, oh, did you want me to hold the door open for you, ladies, ma'ams, misses, mistress, ladies?
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Another deep bow because he doesn't know what to do with his hand. And then he scurries off to Reginald.
And as we walk out the room, I just turn to the others and I shake my head and say, somebody really needs to teach that boy how to comb his hair.
Oh, I think he's awfully cute.
He is a An odd fellow.
As you see me running down the hallway to Reginald, you see me like slip and start, turn around, bow, and then continue running down.
He is young. I am sure he will learn in time.
Yes. He will grow into his role.
Yes.
I am 5'3", so I am still quite...
Alright, so we go get our pelisses on and bonnets. Well, I'm putting a bonnet on. I don't know about you two.
I guess I'll put on it.
And then I meet you at the front gate, and I've got my, I guess, footman's uniform on, but it doesn't look like I put it on. It's slightly a bit too big for me, because I wasn't expecting to be someone of my size there.
Diminutive stature.
Yeah, that's the word. Yes, and so it's slightly too big on me, so every once in a while you see me kind of adjust it, but like, not too obvious, just kind of like, yeah, yes. So I'm like trying to be straight, like, yes, ma'am, but like while I do that, just kind of uniform, and then, yes. Deep
Tyler's
out.
bonnet is also not on properly. It's like half on,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
cool.
where it's supposed to be.
Rosalind has noticed this, and I'm just trying not to look at it.
Agatha needs help with her bonnet.
Oh, don't worry, dear. Let me help with that. I'll
Thank
just
you,
fasten
cousin.
it nicely for you and adjust it so it sits very prettily on your face.
Thank you.
I've also brought my invitation with me. So if there's anything
Well, actually,
we need
it's
to
not
check.
an invitation, is it? Because that's what we're going to go look for.
Well, my letter, whatever it is.
Well, I didn't bring the whole letter. I brought the note.
I brought my note. I assume that the letters are the same?
I believe so, yes.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've left mine behind.
Well,
So
shall
have
we?
I.
Shall we set off then?
Off we go.
Yes.
It is such a beautiful morning.
Where are we going to first?
The market.
The market. Market Square. I'm sure your invitation ought to be around there somewhere.
Yes. Where vendors call and locals go, look for me where the produce will grow.
Yes, I'm sure somewhere in the marketplace
Yes.
we will find.
Are we looking for fruits, vegetables?
Well, perhaps. I believe there is a general store in the village. Perhaps that might be the first place to call.
Yes. Okay.
And we start walking.
Am I leading or following?
Following.
Following, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Just a
Silly
few steps
question.
behind.
Yeah, silly question.
But I'm also like a step behind these guys.
Yeah, so it's da-da, da-da, da-da.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sweet.
So you're making your way to the general store.
Yes.
Little bell rings as you open the door. And you are met there by a tall, skinny, lanky, pale man with sort of wiry hair and a serious face. But even though his face appears serious, you always know him to be a humorous, friendly fellow. John Allsgood, as you know him. Good morning, ladies. What can I do for you?
Good morning, Mr. Allsgood. I trust you are well?
Very well, thank you.
This is rather an odd request. My cousins and I have received a notice that there may perhaps be some letters
We've
for
been told that there's a scavenger hunt for us, and
Ah.
Agatha thinks that hers might be here.
I have heard a little something about this.
You have?
Yes. What's your clue?
Where vendors call and locals go, look for me where the produce will grow.
Interesting. Well, I did have a conversation with Percy. He let me know. Since this is quite a interesting affair that he's come up with, I can tell you we don't grow produce here. Perhaps that's a little clue.
I
Is
see.
it not at a farm?
Well, that is what I
Produce
did say at
grows.
first, but I thought maybe vendors would not go to the farm, they would go to...
Well, vendors would call at the farm to pick up the stuff from the farm to sell, surely.
This makes sense.
We're a general
does.
store, so we sell generally lots of different things.
Is there
Yes.
a farm?
I see. Well, there are many farms around the village. I suppose perhaps we ought to call at several of them.
Okay.
I must say, this is very odd.
There's no clue, though, as to which farm.
No, where the vendors call and the produce grows.
Do locals go to the farm?
Well, this is the thing. I just don't think that they would.
Well, is there somewhere else that grows? Maybe it's flowers.
Flowers, perhaps.
But one does not eat flowers, one eats produce.
What does the clue say again?
Where vendors call and locals go, look for me where the produce will grow. Will grow.
Well, yes, that doesn't say anything about
Will
eating.
grow. A florist?
Well,
Seeds?
we could try, I suppose. If we go to the market, perhaps we shall find a stall or a flower seller that might have more information for us.
Perhaps.
Thank you, Mr. Allsgood. Sorry for bothering you.
Not a problem, I'm sure I'll see you again.
This is all very puzzling.
Well,
So you step out of the general store into the market square, which is aptly timed. The market is on today. This was obviously pre-planned. Make a perception check to get a good idea of what's on. I mean, generally you know what's there anyway.
I'm too busy focusing on not tripping over my feet.
Roll 9.
9. Cool. It's market. Looks like every week's market that you have.
14.
14. Cool, yeah, you see lots of market stalls. There is, there's a sort of cheese selling market stall, fabrics, flowers, fruits and vegetables, woodworking, tools. There's a guy selling like knives and things, various types of knives. What else? Tons. It's a market. Someone selling like children's elaborately carved toys and things.
I get distracted by the toys very briefly and remember my place.
Little girl selling flowers.
Anything?
Well, there's flower stalls and there's fruit and veg stalls. So why don't one of us go look at one and the rest go to the other?
Yes, of course. Who would like to go off by themselves then?
I can't. Yeah, I can't let her go by herself. Yes, of course.
of course.
Oh, yes,
well,
ma'am.
we're all in the same area. As
Yes.
long as you can keep sight of us all, it should be fine.
Of course, ma'am.
I head off to the fruit and veg.
Sure.
I'm kind of behind her, just kind of like wandering around, keeping an eye on these two, but also like trying to do that so I can keep an eye on both, like all of them at the same time.
Right, and we shall go visit the flower stall.
Yes.
You get to the fruit and veg. There's where was our fruit and veg man? Yes. You obviously don't know people's names. So there's just a man there selling fruit and veg. He's like, fruit and veg, get your fruit and veg, and he does that whole thing where you do 5 for a pound, blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Would I know his name?
Yes, you would.
Can I go?
You have it written down, don't you? Under the
Fruit and
marker.
veg guy, yeah? Yeah, I've got it somewhere.
You got your notes for
I've got my
things
notes.
that you know.
Yeah, of course I do. The fruit and veg man, you know.
Yeah. It's Harry. It's Harry Cotswold.
Yeah, Harry. How can I know? And I say, good day, Harry. I have Miss Bronton here to ask you a question.
Oh yeah? What can I do for you? Miss?
We've been invited to a ball through a scavenger hunt and we're looking for the things that might give us our invitations. And Agatha thinks that hers might be here because it said something about where vendors call and produce will grow.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've got plenty of produce here. But you don't look like Agatha.
Well, no, she's looking at the flower stall. We thought it better to separate and then come together.
Oh, smart thinking.
Yes, I am. And I bow very quietly and look away.
Right, yeah. So what are you looking for?
Well, I don't know. An invitation, something to lead to an invitation, anything that might be to do with the scavenger hunt.
I don't know, I guess you're welcome to have a look around. I don't have an invitation on me. Pats himself down. Oh, nothing. Wonder what Percy would have done. Guess he's making you work for it.
And
Have a look around, girl. It's a scavenger hunt.
okay, well, I was going to get the others, but fine. I look around.
Okay, make a investigation check.
Oh, hell yeah. 6.
Cool. No, don't see any clues here. No invitations.
Okay, I find these two.
We are on our way to the flower store. We get there, and we politely ask the man,
It's a little girl.
a
She's
little
about
girl.
9, 10 years old.
Do I know her name?
I don't think you've ever deemed yourself.
Yeah.
You've never lowered yourself to ask this girl's name, but you recognise her face as the girl that sells flowers for her sick mother. Would you like to buy some flowers, miss?
Well, I've actually got a very special question for you.
Yeah?
Do you perhaps know anything about a special game with clues and letters? Has somebody perhaps given you something to give to a lady called Miss Agatha Pentecost?
I don't know anything about games. No.
You haven't been approached by Mr. Percy Blythe?
It's okay to tell
Not
us.
today. No, I mean, games sound like you would keep secrets. So, no secrets here. Would you like to buy some flowers? My
Well-
mum's really sick, and like it would really help.
Well, perhaps
Scott-
I will buy a little something.
She's got the clap. Yeah, we got roses and we got tulips
Oh,
Oh
that
my
sounds
God.
lovely.
and we've got.
I shall leave the flowers to Rosalind. I'm afraid my nose will
Just a
start to
shilling?
run.
Of course. Perhaps some roses for a shilling?
What, the roses, 2 shillings.
Of course. I pull out my reticule and I give the little girl 2 shillings.
Fabulous.
And
Here you go. Don't prick yourself on the thorns.
I'll be very careful.
and
Thank
I
you.
sneeze.
My mum will be so pleased.
Thank you.
I sneeze.
Have you got the hay fevers?
Yes.
Oh no. I used to have the hay fevers, but I grew out of it. Now I'm fine.
As I'm sniffing my flowers, I'm just going to have a sort of look around at her wares, see if I can see any letters or anything poking out.
Sure, make a perception check.
Hey, nat 20.
Hey.
Cool. Yeah. You see tucked away in one of her buckets of flowers an envelope.
Read it out for you.
Oh, wonderful. What type of flowers are they?
What are those flowers there in that bucket?
Carnations.
Also, yes, carnations. Carnations.
Carnations.
Not also roses.
You know what, Rosalind? Maybe my hay fever has ceased. Would you?
Perhaps.
Um,
Might we have a look at the
Yes.
carnation bucket, if that's all right, just to check which...
Oh no, the carnations are for sale.
Oh,
Oh.
why are they out
They're
there?
decorative. We're going to sell them later. Later in the day. I feel like it's a bit early to sell them. Percy said it's too early to sell the carnations.
Well, do you think Percy would be okay if we came back to you later?
I think that was what he would suggest, yeah?
Okay, and then...
Yeah, because
And
it's...
until we come back, you're not going to sell any of the carnations?
No, that's right.
Okay, well in that case, thank you very much for the roses. They are
Oh.
beautiful and we shall be back later.
Thank you for the shillings.
yes. Thank you.
My ma's sick, so it'll really help.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I hope so.
I hope that your mother shall take a turn for the better.
She will, if I can sell enough flowers. Maybe you said you were over your hay fever. Maybe you want to buy a flower? Or 2? A couple of roses?
And
It'd
then
really
I
help
arrive.
when my ma's sick.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I'm going to sell so many flowers. Would you like to buy roses or carnations?
I thought we weren't to buy the carnations until later.
Well, she's special. She can have a carnation. The carnations look like they would suit you.
I don't.
Just a shilling.
Yes.
Well, why don't we just pay?
While they're discussing, I'm talking about. Oh, what about the clap? Has your mum still got the clap? Is that everything okay?
Yeah, I'm not really
I'm not going
supposed
to
to
take any
talk about it.
flowers. I just want the envelope.
Well,
Fine, I'll buy a carnation.
Wonderful. It's 20. It's 1 shilling, not 20 shillings. That'd be a lot.
Jesus!
Thank you.
1 shilling.
I mean, her mum does have the
Anything
crowns.
else?
Do we?
No, that's it.
Okay,
Thank
well, you see that envelope right there? I'd like that as well.
I don't
please.
see an envelope.
Okay, well, I can see an envelope right there.
It's too soon.
She's not going to sell that to anybody. We're going to come back later, aren't we?
Yes, Percy said you wouldn't get to me until later.
Then why have I bought a carnation?
To help me Sigmar. You're very generous. And it's only a shilling.
It is the responsibility of the wealthy to give charity to the poor and
Okay,
in
well,
need.
you have it then.
She does have the clout. Sorry, ma'am, it's not my place.
No, you made a valid point. It's well spoken.
Thank you, ma'am.
Flowers, get your flowers.
Now, what have you been
get
up
your
to?
flowers
How do I
in.
take the money off?
That's what I was just trying to work out.
I did not spend any money there. I got Talia to buy it.
While you're all sorting that out, she's selling flowers to other market people. She's like, oh yeah, oh roses, yeah.
Carnations?
10 pennies, would that be okay? There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, carnations. They're
Do
five
any
pence.
of us overhear this?
Make a perception check.
I'm not rolling, Rosalind doesn't care.
Is that 7?
Yeah.
No, that's just, was that 7?
That was a 7.
This is why I need my glasses.
Yeah, but what's your plus?
Plus
for perception.
3, so 10.
10.
10. So yeah, you do hear that you just paid a shilling for a flower that's worth 5 to 10 pence.
Well, because I didn't actually spend any of my money, I just go,
I'm surprised you aren't against sinners, Agatha. I really can't figure out how to take money off.
Yeah, neither.
I'm just going to write it
Right,
down.
make a
I'll come
note.
back to it
Yeah.
later. Okay. Yes, the fruit and veg man was weird.
Well, did he say anything about the scavenger hunt?
Well, he didn't say anything about it, but he did not say anything about it. He sort of said maybe it might be there, but it might not be there, but he sort of said to look around.
Well, perhaps we ought to all go back together then and investigate.
Oh, I did that. I didn't find anything.
well, maybe a fresh pair of eyes will...
Or perhaps there is something specifically for one of us. The little girl was unwilling to give either of us anything, but you seem to warrant a carnation.
Yes, but then it wasn't anything to do with the thing, was it? Because it's not my thing that's here, it's her thing that's here.
Well, perhaps we should go to the fruit and vegetable stall.
Shall we head
Yes,
off then?
I think we ought to.
Carrots.
Hello, sir.
I don't know how much.
Carrots in season.
Yeah, don't know how much carrots cost, but that's what I'm selling them for. I'm selling carrots for £1. Like a pound of carrots for £1. That would be like £100.
so much money.
Regency money.
And that works out about like £125 for a
Yeah.
pound of carrots. Yeah, no, it's not. Carrots, get your carrots. We've got lettuces. We've got other vegetables. Whatever vegetables you like, we've got them here. Oh, hello, Miss
Harriet.
Penhallow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
How's it going?
Oh, well, I'm quite well, thank you, sir. And you're well?
Oh, I'm well too. Yep, just selling me vegetables and me fruits, strawberries, fresh in. Would you like to try one?
Perhaps. Oh, thank you, sir. How kind.
No problem.
I did not get a strawberry either.
Perhaps a strawberry for my cousin Agatha.
Sure. Strawberry for your cousin Agatha.
Thank you.
They are quite delicious.
I hear you guys are having a bit of a treasure
Can I
hunt.
just try and take a strawberry without him saying?
Sure, make a slight pen.
I find the strawberry very sour and I have a slight grimace, but I'm
13.
polite about it.
Yeah, let's see.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we were wondering if you might have any information for us about a particular clue or letter.
Well, I've heard something. What was your clue, miss?
I've got it here.
Ah,
Where vendors call and locals go, look for me where the produce will grow.
sounds like me, doesn't it?
It does?
It does.
Vendors and people come into the market and
Yes, that's why I was here earlier.
and I've got produce. Yeah, you were, weren't you? You had a look, didn't you?
I did.
Didn't see anything, did you?
I'm going to take a look around.
I'm also going to take a look around.
Enjoy yourselves, ladies, and if you see anything you'd like to buy,
13.
Are we rolling perception?
Yes. Well, no, investigation.
17.
I'll roll again. 12.
Yeah. Both of you see Agatha quicker. A piece of folded paper slipped between a couple of large pumpkins, also in season. Even though they wouldn't be because it's spring.
Everything's in season.
I don't know when vegetables
Bledlow is a
grow.
magical village.
Harry is the most
But
magical.
what grows in
vegetables.
spring that you can eat?
Yeah. Rosalind,
Spring onion.
if my eyes do not...
Spring onions, yeah. Touching all the spring onions.
If
That's,
my,
sorry, that's the only thing that's for sale in this market stall is just spring onions because that's what grows in spring.
if my eyes do not deceive me, there is a slip of paper between the pumpkins.
There's something there.
Who? I assume this is. For
It must be for me.
Miss
yes.
Pentecost. There you are, ma'am. Another deep bow.
Where the bread is fresh and the cheese is aged, I am hidden, but my presence is engaged.
Bread and cheese. Well,
The bread and cheese stall.
yes.
Assumedly.
There is a cheese stall and there is a bakery.
Yes.
So we
Are they
ought to
close
check
to each
there. Perhaps.
Let me read it.
You know everything is very central in the
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
Well, while we were in the market, the cheese stall is right there. Shall we take a look, Talia?
Oh, I don't know.
Talia!
Right, let's go to the cheese stall. And then the bakery is just there.
I am hidden, but my presence is engaged.
Fascinating.
You know who's not engaged?
You?
Nor you. Nor you.
Nor I.
I'm also. I'm not engaged too.
Yes.
Quite right.
Well,
Shall we cheese stall then?
yes.
Huh?
How old are you?
15, but I'm 16 at some point this year.
Do you know your birthday?
77 more moons. 77 more moons, yes.
Interesting.
77 more
Right.
moons, yes. That's what my uncle says.
Well, I'm not surprised that you're not engaged then.
Shall
Yes.
we go to the cheese stall?
Yes. And is the bakery nearby?
Yes, quite nearby. Little John's Bakery.
Little John's Bakery.
Okay, you get to the cheese stall. There's a.
What's the cheese stall called?
Oh, it's just a market stall. They don't really have names, so it's just the woman that sells cheeses.
Bakery
she
is a
makes them.
solid building. Talia, you've been to this village many times.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
the,
that was me asking. Not Talia.
so you get to the cheese stall. There's a younger woman there. She's maybe 25, 26. Sort of, her hair's just tied back, brown. She's just there selling cheese.
Good day, madam.
Oh, good day. Are you here to buy some cheese?
Well, perhaps, but we actually have a more interesting question for you, if it's
Oh.
not too much bother.
Has by any chance Mr.
Percy Blythe.
Percy, I was going to say Richard.
No, I ain't got time for his games. I told Percy he could fuck off with his stupid games.
Oh,
I see.
Look, I'm here to sell cheese, not entertain people running around doing silly treasure hunts.
Of course. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. We'll be off.
Well, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You come up to my stall, where I'm trying to sell cheese and make a living. What did you buy? Nothing. You can tell Percy I don't want anything to do with his games. I'm trying to make a profit. My dad's sick. Do you want to buy some cheese? Maybe earn some goodwill?
Yes, of course, a small amount of cheese then.
Okay, thank you. She cuts up a small quarter of cheese, wraps it in some brown paper. That'll be a shilling.
Of course. Rosalind's gonna buy something everywhere because she feels too bad.
I'll be off with you. Got cheese to
Of
sell.
course, apologies again,
Yes.
madam.
Person.
how untoward.
I must say that language is quite unbecoming of a lady.
Language like that should not pass anyone's lips. It is against the Lord's will.
Shall we go to the bakery?
Yes, we shall.
Can I look around, like, as we're walking away?
Mm-hmm.
Can I, like, look around the market?
The whole market?
No, her stall.
Just her stall. Sure, make an investigation check.
20. Not a
Natural.
natural 20.
Yeah. So much cheese. Cheese everywhere.
Nothing like hidden behind the back.
Round the back, bottles of oil. Like, I guess probably rapeseed oil that she's pressed that you can use for things. What else? Oh, she's got some jams too.
Oh,
But it's mostly
chutneys.
cheeses.
Okay.
Yeah.
You love a good chutney.
To the bakery then, I suppose.
Yes, Little John's Bakery.
Little John's. He's a lovely man.
Oh wow, it smells delightful in here.
Yep, you walk in. There's a big man there. He's got sort of curly, white, greying hair. Very hairy arms, big arms. And he's, just behind the counter. There's a wave of heat hits you because it's still early in the morning. He's still baking bread and stuff. Oh, good morning, ladies. Here for some fresh bread. It's straight out the oven.
Good morning, Mr. Tumbledown. I trust you're well. Business is...
Business is booming. It's market day.
Wonderful.
Everyone's here for their fresh bread. Can I get you something?
Well, we're here for something quite different, I believe. Have you perhaps had contact with Mr. Percy Blythe recently?
Mr. Percy Blythe. Well, I mean, we do work together quite closely.
Has he given you any sort of envelope or anything? We're going on a scavenger hunt and Agatha's taking so long to find her things.
Oh, where's the fun in that? Maybe you should buy a nice loaf of bread, perhaps some sweet buns.
The sweet buns are very nice, over what I've heard. Not because I know it's not my place.
Well,
if you are...
Perhaps some sweet buns then as an act of goodwill.
Wonderful. Let me bag some up for you. 4, 3?
I shall not eat them. Sugar is not good for my health.
I see. Talia?
Are you buying it?
Yes.
Then I'll absolutely have one.
Wonderful. Coming right up. And he gets a little paper bag, puts 3... Did you say 3?
3.
3 sweet buns in there.
I bow so deeply that my forehead is almost touching the floor, but then I get back up.
I'm very kind.
That'll be just 3 pence, miss.
Of course. There, sir. And
Thank you.
I give everything to you to hold. I realise that you've been there, so you now have my cheese as well.
I've got the cheese, I've got the buns, but you've got the flour.
I'm keeping my flowers.
I take the bun and start eating it.
Cool. So I've got the 2 buns and the cheese.
And is it quite all right with you if we perhaps remain in the bakery for a few moments and take a look around?
What do you think?
I think that would be an excellent idea, John. Look in the... is it in the buns? I don't know.
Have I bitten into it?
Is it in...
You haven't been into it.
Okay.
Look suspiciously at my bun.
These are
Take a
excellent,
very
by the way.
careful
Is
bite.
anyone looking in the bag?
Yeah, like... Do you want to
I
inspect...
assumed that
May I investigate?
The clue is in the bag, guys. The clue is in the bag. Look in the bag.
Someone look in the bag. Someone look in the bag. This is not my
I
place.
see. I see.
Oh, what is it, Agatha?
A slip of paper.
Should have bought actual buns in a bag. You guys.
Is
Oh,
there
well.
a slip of paper, or did I just make that up?
Agatha's health, you know?
Right, that's the bag. Whoa!
No!
What does it say?
This is so exciting. Where the cloth is sold and the buttons are made, I am waiting, but still well played. The haberdashery. Surely.
The haberdashery, perhaps, or the market stall. There is a market stall that sells fabrics and things. While we're here, perhaps we ought to check in on Susan Green's haberdashery.
Yes.
She is so lovely. Thank you so much.
No problem. I hope you enjoy those buns.
We will.
Thank you.
I will, John.
Good boy.
And then I kind of feel like I have to bow because he said good boy and like it's only like...
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
You're new, aren't you?
Fairly. And I open the door and
Good luck.
I bow again, and I kind of like, I feel like my neck is sweating because I feel uncomfortable when I leave.
Just go.
Yeah, open the door for the ladies, the misses.
So we are headed to Susan Green's.
Susan Green's.
Well, I am a little hesitant to go there after what happened at my brother's wedding with her son.
I wonder if her son is there.
I'm sure he won't be. I have heard rumours that the poor boy fled town out of shame. I believe he has set up home in a neighbouring village.
Well, I hope he has found a more suitable lady.
Yes. Well, Mrs. Green will be there, I am sure, as it's market day. Business ought to be very busy for her, and she will be all too happy to help us.
Off you go. Oh, Miss Rosalind, so pleased to see you.
Oh, Mrs. Green, it is so lovely to see you today. How are you?
Very good, thank you. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, it's a little bit of a different call today than my usual ones. Agatha has something that she is looking for, perhaps via Mr. Percy Bligh?
I have a note.
A note?
A clue.
I'm sure.
Where the cloth is sold and the buttons are made, I am waiting but still well played. That is your establishment, is it not?
It could be, but it's not.
At the market stall, then, I am sure.
Probably, yes. It sounds like a wonderful clue, but probably, yes, my rivals at the market stall.
Well, Mrs. Green, you are just such a wonderful, top-quality establishment. I am sure Percy Bligh did not wish to bother you with such trivial things.
Yes, that must be it. It's wonderful to have you as a customer as always, Rosalind. Is there anything else that you needed today?
Well, while I'm here,
Yes.
my white fleece does need a new trim. It's getting a little bit old, out of season, you know. Could I perhaps take a look at any new ribbons you might have in?
I'm sorry,
ribbons are just
Rosalind. Do we have time for this?
I'll be back later.
Of course you will.
And on the way out, I do linger for a bit, and I just sort of look at the ribbons.
I'm also lingering behind.
This whole time I've just kind of been eating my sticky bun in the corner, just kind of like, this feels way out of my pay grade.
I don't suppose you have your son is here at all.
Why?
I was just wondering if there was any way of contacting him. I have waited until that one has left, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I'm also right by the door. Can I roll to see if I can
overhear?
hear this?
Yeah.
Sure. It's going to be up to...
A perception.
Yeah, roll perception, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 5.
15.
8.
Is 15 high enough?
Yeah.
Sure. What do you want with my son?
I just would like to stay in contact with him. I spoke to him briefly before I left last time, and I just wanted him to know that he's always got a friend.
It's very kind of you to say so. He's moved to Locksville. There's a job there. Collecting rents. I'm sure if you ask around you can find him. If he wants to be found by someone. And go easy on him.
I don't suppose you possibly have an address to send a letter to.
One moment, please. She goes off to the back, gets pen and paper, and you can see she just gets her little quill out. She's writing on the back of like a receipt piece of paper. Here you go.
Thank you.
As I left, I grabbed one of the ribbons to look at it. That's quite...
With those sticky hands.
Yeah, I realise what I've done, and I'm kind of like start kind of wiping like that, and then
Oh, Miss Rosalind!
I'll buy that one.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
That'll be 5 pence.
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
I'm so sorry, it cost you 5 pence.
as we leave the store, I see Rosalind with a ribbon in her hand, and I shake my head. And of course, she had to buy a ribbon.
You know, I don't think she likes you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm one of her best customers. Boy, would you mind pocketing this?
Of course.
Until I can get it home and clean it.
Wipe the hands on my legs, and then I put it in the bag with the other sticky bun in.
Not the sticky bun bag, please.
Then I put it in my back pocket,
yeah, the
and there's a
sticky
bunch
bun's
of
gone.
like, there's one that there's like a bunch of icing now on my ass. with the ribbon.
I'll have the maids wash that when we get home.
I really don't think she seem happy to see you.
I just think you're not very adept at reading people's natures, Talia.
Why did you stay back?
Oh, I just had some inquiries. You know how it is getting new.
Shall we go
girls.
to the market stall?
Yes, we shall.
So we head over to the lady at the market selling her
Yes,
wares.
you know her. It's Jemima Smith. She comes with her market stall once a month, maybe, with various different fabrics that she's picked up around. So there's you like shopping there because it's something different than you get from Mrs. Green's.
Miss Smith!
Oh, Miss Rosalind.
Good morning to you. It is wonderful to see you again.
Good morning. And how are you this morning?
Well, we're engaged in rather an odd activity.
Oh, is it buying bolts of fabric?
Well, perhaps along the way, you know me. But we are actually looking for something that may have been left by Mr. Percy Blythe for my cousin Agatha.
Lost property.
Well,
Of a sort.
more like a slip of paper.
A note, perhaps.
A clue.
Make a persuasion check.
I've got fucking high persuasion, haven't I? 24.
Okay.
Rosalind just smiles and, poses slightly with her nose.
You did drop something by this morning. Yes, I believe this is it.
Agatha, I believe this is for you.
Where the flowers bloom and the scents are sweet.
Oh, we've got to go back to the flowers. I swear.
Well, we knew we would have to go back at some point.
Yes, but why didn't she just give it to us in the first place? Then we could have got rid of all of this nonsense.
It's a jolly game, isn't it?
It's a bit of fun, Talia. And how I should know that fun, well,
If there's one of us
Fun
here
is
who
an
knows about
indulgence.
fun, it is not you, Agatha.
Agatha, it is lovely to see you enjoying yourself and up on your feet. Ignore Miss Bronton's rudeness.
should we go to the flower store then?
Yes. Thank you, Miss Smith. Before we go,
Yes.
is there any new ribbons or trims
I just
that you
start
have?
dragging
Fine
her
bolt
away.
of silk that's just doing its
I'll be back
its red.
later, Miss Smith.
I got it straight from China.
We're gone.
Okay, so we're back to
I'm like
the...
marching to the
little
flower
flower
store. I
girl.
just want to get to do my one.
I show her my slip. Please, may I have a carnation now?
I can't read this.
Oh, I shall read it out then. Where the flowers bloom and the scents are sweet, I am resting at your feet.
Oh.
So that letter in the carnation bucket?
Oh, you want to buy a carnation? Yeah, you can buy a carnation.
Yes.
1 shilling.
Talia, Rosalind, would you like another carnation?
Of
I
course.
just reach over and try and take the envelope.
Talia,
She's got to try and stop me. The sounds aren't going to stop me.
You can't. You have to. Sigma.
I've already
got the
bought a
clap.
carnation, darling.
Yeah, but not that carnation.
I don't have a carnation, I have an envelope.
Thief! Thief!
I'll buy that carnation.
Thank you.
I don't
miss.
have a carnation,
of-
Rosalind. I have an envelope.
It goes with the carnation. She's a little girl.
Taken a carnation. I
Here,
paid for a
sweetheart.
carnation.
Thank
You know, Talia,
It's
it
only
would
a
be
shilling.
really lovely if you could spend your money every once in a while.
I
I'd say
bought
with
a
grin.
carnation earlier, Agatha. Here's your envelope. Which I breached, apparently.
Where the market... We have another clue. Where the market square meets the town hall, I am waiting within the walls. The town
Hall? I really did think that one was going to be your invitation, but... All right, to the town hall then.
Yes.
Check my notes.
Yes, there is a town hall.
Okay.
So you make your way to the town hall. You get outside. Make a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah. Why not?
17.
Nice.
I can't roll today. 5.
14...
It's a different dice.
17. Thank you.
Nice.
Need some different.
So yeah, town hall and you notice on the side of the town hall there is a sort of box recessed into the walls. It's like an information thing about the village, various little bits and bobs, addresses, opening times for the church, for the town hall, that sort of stuff. And you notice a envelope pinned onto the information board.
Go on, Talia. Go on. You're not Talia. Go on, Agatha.
So I am Talia.
The I am Agatha.
Yes, I know. I know your names. Agatha, why don't you open?
Okay. Please, may I have the envelope?
Yes, I didn't make envelopes, so... He? I'm
It's
me.
a box!
It's me! I passed you an imaginary envelope. So on the
This
board,
doesn't really
you
matter.
take... I got very confused. You take down the envelope from the board, you open it up, and inside is a beautiful silver-gilded invitation to a ball at the town hall this evening. At
Oh, this evening?
8 p.m.
Well,
8 p.m.
well, goodness, we'd better find ours soon. We'll run out of time to get ready.
How peculiar. I was so excited for the scavenger hunt and I don't even want to go to this ball.
Oh, Agatha, you will have a wonderful time, truly, and nobody will pressure you to dance if your health does not permit it. But there will be lovely food, I am sure, and good company, and wonderful people to meet.
Okay, time to find mine. Off to the river we go.
Of course.
I'm sorry, would you like to find yours first?
No, it's quite all right. So, let's head down to the river. Are you all right, boy?
Oh, I just... Did you want your cheese or sweet roll yet?
Not yet, thank
Okay,
you.
sorry, ma'am. My arm's getting sore.
Well, you look like a strong boy.
I blush and bow really deeply, but I know my arm is aching so hard.
You know, what you could do is swap it into the other.
And I look at my other hand like I've only just seen it for the first time in my life. And then I swap it over, and I'm like, oh. And I bow again deeply.
So we head to the river.
Yes.
And I'm looking for a stone bench.
Sure. Make a perception check, everybody.
Should be in. Let's go.
13.
7.
13.
You need some new
and
dice,
I
bro.
really
16.
need a different set of dice.
16.
None of you see a stone bench besides the river. Because there's never been a stone bench beside the river, as Rosalind would know. But you do know that there is a stone bench beside the pond.
There is a village
I
pond.
literally said the lake or the pond. Okay, so we're heading to the pond.
Yes.
Is there a different set of ducks?
I mean, yeah, but they're all tucked away. You just
Okay.
have to...
Wait
In
till
the
break.
break, I'll swap over.
Okay, so you get to the pond, and there are indeed some little ducks and some little ducklings, some
Oh,
bright yellow
sweet.
ones. The ducklings come in yellow. I feel like
They
they
come
do.
in yellow.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, just swimming in the... Do we have to edit that out?
I don't know what it's
Syphilis.
Yeah, syphilis is a bitch.
Yeah, so you get to the small village pond. It's very quaint. There is a stone bench there. There's some little ducklings swimming around with their little mummy duck.
Give me some of the bun.
I look at...
Yes, you may.
I just, like, kind of snap it in half and be like, is that enough?
Well, I break it in half again and give half back.
You are not going to feed
I'm
them.
already feeding the ducks.
I cannot imagine
Just
that
laid
is
it
good
out.
for their health.
Yes, I'm not sure that.
It's bread. I've only put the insides in. Like, I've got the outside.
Well, I hope they're all
I
right.
eat it. And then I look around the bench.
Sure. Yeah. Make a perception check.
Can it
I'm-
please be
gonna look
It's
investigation?
funny because you're the only one who's got a nat 20.
It should be. Sorry. Yeah. Make an investigation.
13.
Make an investigation check. Sorry. Yeah.
18.
Still 13.
21.
9.
Agatha finds your next clue.
Oh, Talia, I seem to have
Tucked.
found something.
I- Agatha, you're doing so well today.
Tucked underneath, under the
Thank you.
bench.
Oh.
At the centre of the village's life, where the beauty of nature thrives, look for the spot where the water flows and the petal of roses and lilies grows. What?
Well, perhaps that is the river.
Yes, I suppose so. Is that in the centre of the village?
Let me check my notes.
Yes.
Yes,
The river runs through the village.
it runs through the village.
Excellent. Let's go back to the river, I suppose.
Yes, the part of the river that goes more centrally through town.
Yes, and hopefully look for some... Is there a waterfall anywhere? Like a little babbling bit, not a waterfall.
A brook.
No, it's a very small stream. You know that the spring starts in Bledlow, so it's not a big river.
Oh, well, I've just remembered. The village gardens. There are fountains there and flowers that might
Excellent. That sounds more like it.
Shall
Are
we
there
head
roses
there,
and
then?
lilies there? I'm sure you would know.
Yes. There's all sorts of flowers seasonally.
Off we go.
Spring onion.
And spring onions. I love my roses.
Scallions.
Oh, you've gone to the village gardens?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful, small, quaint, well looked after by the Penhallows, by Percy Blythe, by a number of the large businesses, all give money towards the Garden Foundation. There are some interesting Greek statues, well, Greek replicas, obviously they haven't got actual Greek statues stolen from Greece. They wouldn't
That
possibly
wouldn't
do that in the
surprise me.
1820s.
Why
No. Yeah, so you take a wander around the gardens. I guess make an investigation check.
9.
20.
No, you look.
I see nothing.
You look far and wide, and you don't
I
find.
just-
I got
20.
20.
Yeah, I know. You look
Oh.
far and wide, and you can't find any clues there.
Maybe
We
it
are
is
in
at
the wrong
river.
place.
Maybe it was the river.
Although it's saying that. Maybe you found something.
All this
Just
running
like-
around is growing rather tedious.
Yes. Okay, so you do in fact find
My invitation.
Yeah, invitation.
clue.
We skipped everything.
Yeah, so you find a clue tucked behind into the hand of one of the Greek statues.
Oh, it seems we have skipped ahead.
Where tales are spun and threads are begun, you'll find the next key to the fun. Go where the seamstress weaves her magic, and your invitation will no longer be tragic.
Well,
Susan Green?
Back to...
back to Susan Green, though she seemed...
Well, we
Very
were asking
versed.
about Agatha.
That is true.
As we... So we're heading there?
Yes.
As we leave, can I look around to see if there's any snowdrops?
Snowdrops in spring.
Yeah.
I believe that is a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you find some, so they're tucked
I
into
find
some
some,
of
I
the
don't have to roll
hedgerows.
for it.
Just flowers, you just see them. They're like along the hedgerows underneath, they're sort of shaded and stuff.
I pick one and I put it in my notebook.
Can I roll to see if I notice this?
Yeah.
What am I rolling? Perception.
Perception, yeah. No, you wouldn't roll. What's your,
Passive.
Passive
Passive
perception, 11.
You can just decide if that's high enough or not. Or you can roll sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand.
You saw it. I rolled a 2.
Nice.
No, I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's even better.
Okay, I don't behave as if I've seen it, and I just keep walking and clutching my rose quite tightly. And I smell it, and then I just keep going.
Don't do that silly thing where I hit at statues nose before we leave. And then I walk away just like a ball.
You see that one of the statues
Okay, make a sleight of hand.
has
Sleight of
is
hand.
naked and you go, hee.
Oh yeah, of course you don't have dice.
I don't have any.
We've
You
got,
can
we've
use
got to
mine.
give you some dice.
I got a sleight of hand it. 2. My finger gets stuck.
Yeah, if anybody wants to see him manhandling the statue, they can.
I absolutely do.
I don't. I'm too preoccupied with other things.
I shall do a perception. 11 out of 3 is
14.
14. Do I see it?
Oh, 100%. I rolled it 2. And
Yeah.
Yes, you didn't even have to roll.
Yeah.
You just get to choose
Oh.
any. So
If you want to
Then
see, you can.
I grimace and clutch at the Bible.
I noticed them though to see that, but then I see you looking at me and I go, and then
Come on now.
I forget my place for a second. I'm like, bow, keep walking.
Off to the seamstress.
Ring bell again.
Ding-a-ding. Oh, Rosalind, you're back.
Yes.
We're so sorry to trouble you again. It's just now we're looking for somebody else's invitation. Mine,
See,
particularly.
do you have a clue?
Yes, it says where tails
She's
are
already
sprung-
handing you the invitation.
Is it
Thank
the final
Mm-hmm.
invitation?
You are so, so kind.
You're welcome. Please do come back, Rosalind.
I
do
will.
appreciate your custom.
And then I leave.
Does she notice the ribbon covered in like the stuff in my back pocket as I walk out?
No.
Great, perfect.
I'll be sure to see you soon, Mrs. Green.
Thank you so much.
And I open it up. Silver and an invitation.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, that was rather quick.
It was, compared to mine.
No need to compare.
No.
It's not a competition.
I wasn't comparing. I was just
Well,
making a statement.
We
No.
had more fun with mine, so...
I got flowers out of yours. Mine says, where
Yes, I
the
got flowers
flour
out of
is
mine too.
ground and the wheat is stored, I am hidden waiting to be poured. So I presume we ought to go to the mill, and I believe Percy Blythe's own mill is the best place to start.
Yes, I suppose.
So we head off to the mill.
Cool. It's a bit of a walk, obviously, because it's
Blythe
out
Mill.
of town. You take a beautiful walk along the river.
It's so lovely.
So you're going downstream, so you're heading south. Maybe half an hour to 45 minutes walk. You've got to wait for the stream to get to the sort of size where it's capable of running the mill. And yeah, you pass your father's mill. I want to say Edwin. Edwin is at the mill. He's just sort of pointing around, getting people to do this and that and stuff like that. Looking his usual busybody, 22-year-old, I've got something to do, I'm in charge nonsense that he is. He's like, oh yes, no, power goes up, you're higher. Oh, and yes, oh, I mean, if you're getting hot, you could take off your shirt, I don't mind, we're very, yes, happily. Oh, sister!
Brother!
How are you doing, my dear?
Quite well. Well,
What are you doing all the way out of town?
Well, we've been running around town all morning.
Yes.
We received notes from Percy Blythe this morning.
Oh, I got my invitation in the mail too.
Oh, ours were not exactly invitations, but clues to where our invitations are.
Ah.
Mr. Blythe seems to be playing a silly game with us all.
Yes, it's all the rage these days. It's big in London, apparently. Treasure hunts or...
It is?
Or, yes.
Oh, well, wonderful. We've been having such fun, haven't we?
Have we, Talia?
Well, you know, as much fun as one can doing these.
Yes, well, I mean, I'm busy at work. Obviously, I've got a lot of... I'm just organising the flour and, people need me here.
Of course.
You're off to Percy Blythe's mill?
Well, I presume, unless you know anything about a note here.
I don't know anything about notes here. Sister, would I lie to you?
I'm going to take a look around.
You can make
Okay, but have you actually heard anything? Once she walks off.
You can... Oh, you're just...
Okay, I'll go and look around.
Because you can do the check to see if I'm lying. Whatever. Or he's...
Yeah, inside.
Yeah, I'll
Insight, that's the word I'm
insight
looking
check
for.
him.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
16.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Oh, okay. He doesn't seem to be lying. Besides,
You can always tell when your brother's lying.
yes, I think Mr. Blythe's mill is a much more appropriate place for his note.
How much further?
It's not much longer, is it, Edwin?
It's about 10 minutes. 10
I
minutes.
mean, you're
down
welcome
there.
to stay here with Edwin if you'd like to.
Oh, we can walk
Are
at a
you
slower
okay,
pace.
Agatha? You can take a break here if you want.
No,
We
Would
could
you want
stop
to
and
borrow
have
one
some
of
of the bread and cheese.
I
Borrow
cannot
one of
eat
You
cheese.
can borrow one of the horses.
No, but we shall continue.
Why am I talking like this now? You can borrow one of the horses if you need.
No, we shall
Well,
continue.
only if you're quite sure.
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Well,
Is she okay?
perhaps we'll stop here on the way back.
Wonderful.
What I don't tell you guys is that Edwin's...
Well, if I don't know it, then I don't know it.
And
Yeah. Cool. Secrets.
Right, okay.
Secrets. I don't even know what the secrets are.
I
Okay,
bow.
so you keep
I
making...
mean, you can if you want to.
I was
but
just going to say that Edwin's enthusiasm makes me uncomfortable. It's not really a secret.
We definitely know that.
I do the classic bow.
That's
to,
why I don't want to be with
I'll
him.
tell you what, I'm going to come with you guys. I'll make sure you're all okay.
Oh, that will make it so much better.
That
Wonderful.
does seem rather appropriate.
Let's off to Percy's. I need to talk to them anyway.
Oh.
Settle some business.
Is everything okay?
Oh, yes. There's just, I just need to talk to some of the staff there, that's all.
I see.
Yeah. I keep slipping into the wrong accent. Percy is much more flamboyant than up here, like this.
Edwin.
Okay, Edwin. Sorry, no, Percy's your... Okay, yes, let's be off. We'll take the horses. We'll take the horses.
All right.
How many horses are there?
How many horses do we need? One each?
One each?
Or we share?
Do
One
I know
each.
how to?
No,
would
you
I know
just-
how to ride a horse as a very junior footman?
You can jump up with me.
I bow to Sir Penhallow, as I know him.
He lets you slip in on behind with the
Rosalind
horse.
can't get on a horse unless a man helps her.
And I need to
you would
step.
not.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
jump up. I notice what I've completely forgot my place. I jump back down, and then I help you up onto your horse, and then I kind of look
Thank
to
you,
you guys
I'm already on the
You're
horse.
already on the horse.
I
And
need to
I'm not
step.
riding
Okay,
side
so I
saddle.
give you a
They're on
step
side
up.
saddles here. You can't ride side saddles.
Excellent. What?
These are working horses.
But
These are men's horses.
well, it's
Rosalind, I think you can manage just once. No one's looking. We're just out in town. Out of town.
well, fine.
Live a little, dear.
I don't like this.
I am
And
not
Rosalind
comfortable.
rides very unsteadily.
Agatha won't ride.
My legs will show.
I mean, you're welcome to ride up on my horse if you'd like. I'm sure I could manage it somehow.
But perhaps that would set your mind at ease.
Unless you'd rather ride with
Talia is a very
Edwin and-
capable horseman.
Seth. Or Rosalind, of course, but
I do ride well.
Okay then, cousin, help me up.
I'm helping up to where?
You're not my cousin.
No, but it's my.
I mean,
sorry,
I'm
man,
on
of
the
course.
horse.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I
Step and then
boost you up.
and then I'm sat
So,
very
Are
uncomfortably.
you in front of me? Are my arms around you?
Maybe. So
one back.
It's about 5
Rosalind
minutes.
is very uncomfortable and very unhappy.
This is the first time you've seen Seth look the happiest, just like holding on to Edwin, just like let's go, being free.
I am clutching onto the Bible for dear life.
I'm trying desperately to not actually touch Agatha and holding the reins over a long turn.
So with the horses, you're going to go at a slow pace. It's actually no quicker than walking, but you get there. About 10 minutes of just clopping along.
Rosalind is counting under her breath the whole time.
You get to the next mill. Looks very similar to the first mill. It's beside the water. There's a wheel. Lots of men busy, sort of bringing in flour or bringing in grain, taking out flour, all the usual sort of stuff. Edwin hops off his horse and sort of takes a jaunty few steps.
Brother, might you assist me down, please?
Have you got
Come
down?
on then.
Thank you.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm just going to go and speak to
jumped down. Very unladylike.
a few of the men. Sort of give a quizzical look.
But I land.
Mm-hmm.
Rosalind, I'm very quickly adjusting myself and fixing my hair and my gown.
Edwin's already gone. He's already heading into the mill. He's meeting. I've just got to meet with one of the workers. I'll be 5-10 minutes.
Yes, of course, brother.
I very meekly got down.
As I got down, I kind of landed on my ankle, fell down sideways, landed on the sticky bun in the bag, got back up. It's kind of smushed in ever. You could still eat it.
Sticky
And then I
bun.
bow so deeply.
Are you okay?
And then I'm doing perfect, ma'am. Bow deeply. Are you all already off your horses? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for not doing my job. Bow again. Holding the bag.
Would you mind staying with the horses?
No, of course. If that's what Lady
The
Miss.
horses will be quite all right here. Mr. Percy Blythe is a very trustworthy fellow. And if his workers were to steal from my father, there would be extreme
No, I wasn't
repercussions.
suggesting that anything would be stolen, merely that they might decide to walk away.
Well, are we not tying them to something? That
That's
seems
what I'm
appropriate.
asking him to do.
I can tie things.
Well, you do that then, and then join us, I think.
Of course, ma'am. So, I guess you guys are walking around and trying to tie it to a tree or something.
What an uncomfortable ride that was.
Yes, I do hope I can trust on you all to never mention that happened ever again.
Is that before or after you have to do it to get back?
Rosalind hasn't realised this.
Unless, of course, we'd like to swap it up somehow and you can ride side saddle with one of us, you can get up with the other one, Seth can have his own horse
No,
and
he cannot ride.
attempt to ride.
We'll deal with this when we get to it.
Counting again.
Let's go into the mill.
Okay, so you're approaching the sort of large sort of barn warehouse type doors. One of the men stops you and is like, "Can I help you girls?"
Good day, sir. If we have not become acquainted before, I'm Rosalind Penhallow. I believe that your employer, Mr. Percy Blythe, may have left a series of clues for myself and my cousins, and we were wondering if we might be permitted to take a look around.
Right, yes, no, you can't take a look around. This is clearly a working environment. It's dangerous.
Well, I understand that.
No, I'm fully aware Percy has been talking about these games all day. Well, not all day. Yesterday he was talking about it. He's not here. He's not here today.
I see.
Perhaps you need to go and speak to Howard Whittaker. He's in charge.
Where might we find him?
He takes a look around. He's over there supervising the loading of the wagon.
And it's quite all right that we go and speak with him?
Yes. Just don't come in. It's dangerous.
Okay, thank
Quaint
you.
thing like you could really get yourself hurt in some rough and tumble work.
I understand
here.
this is not a place for a woman such as myself. Thank you for your time.
No problem, my lady.
Can we see in?
Can you see in? Yeah, sure. So it's on the ground floor is there's a stone wheel going around. Men just bringing in sacks of grain, topless, sweaty, hairy, muscled, just multiple men, and equally amount of others are like shoveling ground flour back out into different bags, which are going back out again. It's noisy, it's rough and tumbly. There's a lot of banter going on between the guys. It's just a working mill.
Shall we go and talk to Harold?
Yes.
So we go up and approach Harold very politely.
Oh, Mr. Rosalind, what can I do for you?
Well, sir, I believe Mr. Percy Blythe may have left something for us, but as you can imagine, women such as ourselves would never think to enter such a place as your working mill.
No, and he would never give me anything that would require you to put yourself in such danger.
Of course, he's such a gentleman. He has such an appreciation for our frailties, as some men do not, but nevertheless, is there something you have for us?
Of course, miss.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I do hope you're enjoying your day.
Oh, yes, it's been marvellous fun, hasn't it?
Yes.
Where the sugar is sweet and the eggs are fresh, I am waiting ready to be mixed.
A cake shop. Is it the patisserie?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful idea.
How does one spell patisserie?
Well, in my notes that some important man gave to me, it's spelled Pattissery.
I can just edit this out, guys.
This don't exist.
You have too much power. Shall we go to the patisserie?
Yes.
And hope we are not prejudiced. Oh, Harold, before we go, thank you so much for your kindness. I know it is a very odd situation for us to be present in such an environment, but you have taken care with us and I appreciate that greatly.
Not a problem. It's important that you girls have some fun. It's the first day of spring after all. It's great to say. I'll be at the ball tonight.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure you shall look so handsome.
Well, thank you. My wife and I are really looking forward to it.
It shall be lovely to see you both.
Thank you.
Before we leave, I believe my brother Edwin was planning on riding back with us, but I don't know where he's gotten to. You know what he's like.
Yes, I believe he had business with one of my employees. I'll make a perception check. I'm not sure. I guess you're welcome to have a quick look around or wait for him.
Can I have a look?
I would rather not enter the mill, if that's quite all, you know.
Well, I don't think he was in the mill. I think maybe around the back or something. There's a couple of storehouses that we keep grain in.
Well, perhaps we ought to have a look before we leave without him.
Cool. So you're going to go around the back of the mill, look in some of the grain stores and stuff. Okay, make
I'm not going into the grain store. I'm just sort of peering around always.
Okay, who's going into the grain stores? Okay, make a stealth check. Well, yeah. With disadvantage, because you're not being stealthy, are you? Are you?
Well,
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, make a
While
stealth check.
this is happening, I turn to
Natural
Rosalind
20.
and I
Natural
go,
20.
Oh, yeah, finally.
22.
whatever does your brother have to speak about with another meal?
Well, you see, the rivalry between my father's mill and Blythe's is only a friendly one, I am sure. Of course, as a woman, my knowledge of such things is limited, but I believe my brother is a very friendly, personable sort of man, and it is important to keep good relations.
Oh well.
Also, there's some like as you guys are finishing this conversation, I've just finished tidying up the horses, so I've like run up to you guys, and you can slightly smell horse shit on my shoe
Oh, nice.
because I,
Talia, is everything all right in there?
I quietly leave it and shut the door. Yes, couldn't find anything in that one.
Well, no sign of Edwin anywhere.
No, not at all. Maybe we should go look in a few others.
Was that laughter you or Talia?
Me. I
shall
might
not
be
comment on
3
it then.
shades redder though.
All right. Well, let's check the other storehouses
Yes.
then.
Cool. Yeah, you check out all the others. How long are you going to spend taking a look for him?
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, after about 5 minutes, you can't seem to find him anywhere. You head back to the horses, and he's waiting for you there.
Oh, Edwin!
Oh.
How
Sister.
ridiculous! We were just looking for you, but of course you met us back here.
Oh, I was busy just speaking to one of the employees about some stuff.
Of course.
Are you all ready to head back?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so. I suddenly realised what I have to do.
Are you with me again?
Yes.
Maybe you should ride with one of us.
But that
Oh.
seems...
That seems quite inappropriate.
That's whatever.
I suppose as
Hop on up.
It's just that you see, Rosalind wants to not ride her horse correctly. Neither does Agatha. So it might seem easier if one of them gets with you, and then Seth can sit on the horse and we can tie them to each of us.
I mean, if I were to ride with a man, I would much rather ride with my brother. That feels...
No, so one of you will ride with him and one of you will ride with me.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure it comes without saying I must ride with Talia then.
Edwin, you and I then?
Up you come, sister.
Thank you.
We tie your horse to mine.
Cool. And like I feel like this is like I feel like there's a moment where I'm like I'm so cool. I'm riding a horse. I'm actually a cool guy now.
Cool. So yeah, you slowly make your way back to the mill. But you can, I think, just ride all the way back into
Back
town.
to the village.
Yeah. Take the horses. Yeah. So you get back into the village. He pulls up just.
By the patisserie, Edwin, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. Well, have a good day, girls. I'm going to get back to work, and you know, people to do, things to see, and yeah, back to work.
We'll see you tonight, I presume, to attend the ball?
Yes, I will be there
Wonderful.
with bells on. Not literally. Maybe literally.
Well, I don't know with you.
Have a good day.
Of course.
And he trots off.
Bow towards. You know. So.
And we ring the little patisserie bell.
Sure.
The smell of sweets and sugar is very overwhelming. Well, what a delightful little shop.
What do we see?
So you see Sally's Tea Rooms, which is both a tea room and a patisserie. On the outside are a number of small... I don't understand what's so funny.
How does she spell patisserie? Sorry, we'll move on. We'll edit this out. Love you.
She doesn't. It just says Sally's Tea Room.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a few small chairs and tables outside. Inside, number of tables. Counter, lots of cakes on display. And Sally is there serving people. A couple of her daughters are there also serving people. Oh, Miss Rosalind, what can I do for you?
Good day, ma'am. We were wondering if perhaps you've had contact with Mr. Percy Blythe recently.
Mr. Percy Blythe?
We've been playing a rather interesting game.
I've heard all about it. It sounds so exciting.
Yes,
I just have an
marvellous
invitation.
fun. Well, yes, ours seem to be harder to get.
I know. It sounds like such a... He sent them out, so all of the Highborn have got this fun game, apparently. That's what I heard.
I see. Well,
Edwin said that he didn't.
Yes.
I think it was
Perhaps
I heard it was just for the ladies. It's all...
it's all the
terribly
rage in
exciting.
London.
I'm sorry. Does that mean that your mother is doing a scavenger hunt to find her invitation? I wish I'd gone on that.
I'm sure Mr. Blythe knows that Mother is very busy with all sorts of things running our great house, and I don't think he would have bothered her with such a thing.
Quick question: are my parents in Bledlow right now, or am I by myself?
No, you're just here by yourself.
Okay.
Probably with like a minder, I guess, or somebody.
The Minders comes with the house. So
I
no,
see.
you're here by yourself because it's family. So Penhall Hall is offering you the staff and...
Oh, because all our dads are away now, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Our dads have gone to London.
I was just asking about
Yes.
me mother. Oh wait, that's not very
Well,
polite.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around.
Oh, you're looking... Yes, of course. Help yourselves.
So
Now
I'm
make
just gonna
an
vaguely
investigation
investigate.
check.
Lol. Natural 1.
Oof.
2.
20, natural 20.
20.
16.
Nice. Okay, so natural 20...
Well, 24 if I.
Okay. So natural 20, you are getting quite in there looking for things. You know, you've checked everywhere, and you start looking behind pictures on the walls and stuff. And behind one of the pictures on the walls, you find the invitation.
Rosalind!
Oh, Agatha! Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you.
I really am very.
It's so lovely to see you up and about and enjoying things like this. It really is.
Well, I will not be enjoying myself later,
All the
so.
thing and the thing.
They're all the clues.
Yeah, but what about the rest of her clues?
That's what you just skipped.
Yeah, you just skipped all the
Did we?
clues.
Oh,
How?
You broke the game.
okay, we're just so
Both
good
of
at
us.
this. Well, this is a beautiful invitation. How thoughtful. What effort Mr. Blythe has gone through for all of us. We are so lucky to have such caring men leading this town.
Aren't we just? I'm looking forward to the whole village has been invited. It's going to be the first ball of the spring. I'm excited.
It's so wonderful. And I'm sure you're going to look beautiful.
Thank you. I'll probably get my hair done and everything.
Oh, lovely.
I should say, so her hair, she has a sort of pixie haircut. It's called a coiffure alatitus. It's a man's haircut, but became very fashionable in the early 18th century for women to have. And it's basically a modern day pixie haircut. It's definitely not in fashion right now in 1820.
I'm sure it will look lovely.
Thank you.
Sorry. No.
I don't suppose you know if Georgiana did.
It's really quite ridiculous.
I mean, she hasn't come here, but rumour has it she was not pleased with her invitations.
I really stifle my laugh.
I did see her this morning with quite the scowl on her face, marching off to see Mr. Percy Blythe in his home.
That does sound like Mother. Shall we, I suppose, head back home if we all have our invitations?
Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
You said everyone in the village got invitations.
Yes.
Does that extend to me?
No.
Fair. And I open the door to let you guys go.
Staff get invitations.
He's new.
Ah, that would explain everything.
Well, we shall see you tonight then.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you ever so much for your help.
You are welcome, Miss Rosalind, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Plenty of time to pick out a new dress for the ball, I imagine.
Yes, oh, we really ought to stop by Susan Green's on the way back home.
Yes, for the third time today.
I'm sure she'll be very happy to see us.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
What sweet treats are there?
Cakes. Many little
Pastries,
small cakes,
tarts.
slices of cakes.
Do you have nice pastry things?
Yes, they have whatever pastries they had in 1820.
Can I buy some?
Yes.
Just a shilling's worth.
Shilling's worth, that's a shit ton of pastries, yeah. Is this you learning how much a shilling's worth? You're going to ask for shillings. Okay,
That's
you want
smart.
a shilling's worth of pastries?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm writing this down.
Do you have a large bag? No, don't worry. I'll handle it. So she goes off into the back, comes out with a large bag, and maybe puts about 25 cakes into the bag.
Okay, so 1 shilling. We're going to find out the equivalent. So 1 shilling is 25
25
cakes.
cakes. I've written that
No, it's about 15.
down. Okay. The way I'm measuring money in cakes.
And flowers.
I think I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, but...
I like how your rose cost 2 shillings, but 15 cakes.
That little girl
is
ripped
one.
me off.
My mum's got the clap.
My mum does have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm adding 15 cakes to my inventory.
Am I carrying that as well?
You're about
Yes.
2 days before they go stale.
Excellent.
So I've got the bag with the cheese and the slightly smushed ice bun, and then another bag of 15 cakes. Cool.
Oh.
And shall we take a break there?
Yeah, as we
then.
head home.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm going to Susan Green's.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely dress.
Are we doing Susan Green's before the break?
No, we're taking a break now.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Thank you, boy.
Right, are we all done? Great,
So I was
thanks.
doing my work.
What's the point in a
Yes,
countdown
dear.
if people are going to be like, oh, I better do something? No, we're done now. We're in.
I was just doing my
We've begun.
servant. I was
Shut
doing my
up.
servantly
Hi,
duties.
we're back. Where were we? You just...
We were leaving the village, and then Rosalind has decided that she must go back to see Miss Susan
Yes.
Green about a dress for this evening.
Okay. You all going together?
No, very well.
Well, the thing is, the two of you, when you travelled
Yes.
here, were you expecting a ball? Have you packed suitable garments to wear?
What's wrong with what I'm wearing now?
It's more of a day dress, isn't it? But suit yourself, of course.
Well, are there any other... Do you have anything?
Well, I suppose you could borrow something of mine, but it doesn't really seem to be your style. But you're welcome to.
I cannot imagine myself wearing anything as extravagant as you do.
Well, in that case, I'm sure that Miss Green would be happy to assist if you would like something new for tonight.
Well, no, that is the point. I would like to not have anything as extravagant as you.
Of course, as you wish. It just seems appropriate for many eyes of the village are on me at the moment, at this point in my life. So I really do need to take care with how I'm presenting myself, you understand? And I just go and I ring the bell before they can say anything else to me.
And you go, I guess. I mean, you don't ring the bell.
Yeah.
It just sort of opens when you open the door. It's classic.
Mrs. Green?
Rosalind, dear. 4 times in one day?
Awfully sorry. But, as you know, the earlier calls were not of my usual standard.
Yes, of course.
However, the ball is to be tonight.
It is.
And I wouldn't expect you to make a new dress for me in such short notice. But if you might have a new trim or perhaps be able to alter one of my gowns, I would be incredibly appreciative and willing to pay extra for the short notice.
Yes, I'm sure. What did you have in mind?
Oh, well, I was reading the repository...
Some minor adjustments.
Yes, of course. Well, I was reading the Repository of the Arts this morning, the latest issue, and there was a very beautiful trim with small rosebuds made out of fabric and a slight flounce on the hem, and I was wondering if something like that might be possible.
Yes, I imagine it would be. Minor alterations, Rosalind.
I understand, and...
You don't have much time till the ball. I have perhaps an hour to spare.
That's quite all right. I'll have a servant run it down to the village immediately for you.
Of course.
And as I said, I would be willing to pay extra for the short notice. I value your craftsmanship so highly.
I'm well aware. Will your cousins be requiring anything as well?
No, thank you.
Do you have anything green?
Yes. What sort of style are you looking for?
Well, am I correct in assuming that you've made all of Rosalind's dresses?
Most of them, I
Most of
believe.
them, yes.
Could you recommend anything that could potentially go with one of her less extravagant dresses that might possibly fit me somewhat? Just to make it slightly different. Just to add some green in, a green sash or possibly some gloves.
Yes, we have some wonderful satin gloves. You're welcome to have a look at. One moment, wait here. So she runs into the back. You can hear her rustling around. Some drawers comes out with 3 different styles of long gloves that come up to the elbow. Would any of these be suitable?
I try each of them on.
Bless you, dear sir.
We'll cut that out.
She's a woman.
Bless you.
Bless you, dear DM.
I take them off. These are all excellently made. Although I fear the gloves might be slightly difficult for me. Just possibly a green sash to go around the middle of
Sash,
something.
or perhaps something for the shoulders, a shawl, perhaps. Let me see what I've got. I've got some wonderful material that you could probably use in multiple ways. Again, she goes back, swirls around, comes out with 3 different fabrics. Sort of a dark olive green, a sort of light kind of green. 3 different shades of green. Like, who cares?
Rosalind care.
You care, of course. Yes. A teal.
A sage.
Mm-hmm.
This dark one is lovely. I think I'll take that if you don't mind.
Oh, not a problem. That'll be 1 shilling.
So not 1 shilling.
I feel like it would be. What?
I paid 2 shillings for a rose.
Yeah. But
From a child who ripped me off.
But for some clothing, what, 20 quid for something fancy?
I mean, this is just a strip of cloth. She's not
Yeah.
actually made it into anything.
Yeah.
No, she's not just bought you a strip of cloth. It's like a shawl.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it's
I
been
know. I just
sewn.
want like a ribbon. It
She
is
didn't
just
offer you a ribbon.
like
She
a
offered
sash.
you some sashes.
That's what a sash is.
Yeah.
No, one is a sash is made that she's sewn together. It's been hemmed. The
I
other one
suppose.
is just a piece of ribbon that you pull off a reel, and that's not what she's given you.
I just want a green ribbon.
Oh, very well. Very well.
I
She takes
apologise.
back one.
She's always...
Here's some green ribbon then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
5
confuse.
pennies.
Well, we'll let you get to it, and I shall have that dress for you for alterations as soon as I can.
Thank you. It will be. I will send it back when it's done.
Of course.
Minor changes, Rosalind.
I understand.
Minor.
I have complete faith in you.
I know you do.
Very well, I shall see you later on.
Yes, you will. Yes,
Thank you
will.
ever so much for your help once again.
Have a good afternoon.
You
Thank you
too.
for the ribbon.
You're welcome.
Right, we better get back home then. And we go.
And I really don't think she likes you.
Taya, I don't know why you keep saying such cruel things to me. Really unprompted and
Because
very
I know
unnecessary.
that she's talking to you.
She agreed to
The
alter a dress.
exasperated look on her face.
Peering through the window.
I mean, make an insight check.
Okay. 5.
She loves you.
Yeah,
She
she loves
appreciates
me.
your customs. She appreciates the feedback that you give her about her work, about fashion in general.
Can I tell that she doesn't like her?
Insight check.
Not much better.
Can I have a look?
7.
Sure.
I don't know why everyone's so interested in this. I really am on it.
20!
Agatha knows things.
God has spoken to you.
Yeah, I mean, Susan, you get the very distinct impression that Susan sees a lot of Rosalind. Too much of Rosalind. Doesn't want to lose her custom, but is so very tired of the constant interruptions, opinions, and just telling her what to do and how to do her job. But she puts up with it because money.
I keep that information to myself.
Right, we better hurry back home then.
Yes. Oh, I meant to ask her what dress.
Well, you're free to take a look through my wardrobe.
I shall have a quick look, but I doubt I will suit any of them.
Of course, but you're more than welcome to if you do find one you think is suitable. And we hurry back to Penhallow Hall.
Back to Penhallow Hall, we're up the gravel track, in through the big wooden doors. Up to your bedroom, I suppose, where you keep all your dresses.
Yes. So I know exactly what dress I want. I go straight to my wardrobe, find it, and then I sort of go back out into the hallway, find whichever maid is nearest, and give them that, plus some money to take down to Susan Green.
Sure. Evelyn's there, your housekeeper.
Yes.
So you see her first. She's just wandering around between different rooms, sorting people out. Rosalind, dear.
Miss Fairchild.
Yes.
I was wondering if I might trouble you to find somebody to run this down to Miss Green's for me.
Yes, not a problem.
Of course, and I go into my reticule and I pull out a few shillings. And this is for Miss Green. She's agreed to make some minor alterations before tonight. I'll need whoever runs it down to perhaps wait to fetch it and run it back for me.
Yes, we've got someone to spare.
Wonderful.
There's no dinner tonight, obviously, because of the ball. So.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be up in my room so you can send it up when it comes back.
Absolutely. I'll be as quick as we can.
Thank you. I do appreciate your kindness.
And I appreciate all you do for me. And she goes on her way, finds someone to presumably send something on.
Have we got to your room?
Yeah, because that's what I just went in and got mine.
I don't go into the room.
I also do not. I stand outside the room because I'm like, I'm not allowed in there.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
just
get
kind of
to
just stand. We're both just kind of both.
I get to the doorway. Realise it's been a really long time since I've been in your bedroom. Which sounds really dirty. Actually, I think I've got some of my own dresses. I think I'll go look through those first. And I leave and go to my room.
If you're sure.
I'm gone.
Well, Agatha, you're welcome to come in, and even if you don't wish to select a dress, you may rest here for a while before the ball if you would like.
Yes, I shall take you up on that offer.
I'm going to put the cheese away, ma'am.
Oh,
if that's
yes,
okay.
yes, completely slipped my mind. Thank you,
Yes, of
boy.
course.
Do that.
Yeah. I run down the hallway, I trip over again, hit my head, you hear me mutter.
This man is
back
from
up.
Tom and Jerry.
I turn around, bow again, and continue running down the hallway to the kitchen.
I
Yes.
turn to Rosalind and I say, what is that boy's name?
Do you know what it's... I do know it. I make a point to know all of my staff names. Seth, I believe.
Seth.
Something like that.
Seth.
Yes.
I shall keep that in mind.
Yes.
I get a shudder as I'm running down the halls down my spine. Don't know why.
And how long have we got left till we have to leave for the ball?
It's about 3 in the afternoon, I'd say.
Okay.
So want to be ready by 7. 4 hours, is that maths right?
Yeah. You math. Well, should I send for some refreshments? Some tea,
No,
perhaps?
it is fine. I just had to clear my throat.
All right. And I sit back down and I take up the arts repository that I was reading this morning, and I just have another little flick through that.
When was the last ball you attended? Mine was my brother's wedding.
Oh, none since then. Well, I'm sure tonight will be a wonderful change of pace for you.
Yes.
Well, there was a small village ball perhaps a month after the wedding. That was lovely. And then, of course, my birthday a few weeks ago. That was a splendid affair. You know, Papa really
I
did...
apologise for not coming. I was under the weather.
Oh, it's no trouble. I completely understand. I would far rather you stay away and be in good health to come and visit again than risk yourself for the sake of my birthday. And besides, it was a very lively affair. I am not sure it might have been wise for you to attend.
Well, I do not think it is wise for me to attend tonight, but I shall go.
Well, as a guest of our family, you may always borrow one of our carriages to take you home early if you wish. And one of my brothers, I'm sure, would be happy to escort you.
Yes, thank you.
Just be open with us and we'll do whatever we can to help. We just want you to remain well again for as long as possible.
Thank you.
I do wonder where Talia's gotten to.
Oh.
Suppose she'll stay away until tonight?
She tends to strive in her alone time, does she not?
I suppose so. God knows what she gets up to, really.
She's writing in her journal.
What are you getting up to? You're in your bedroom.
Yep. I'm writing in my journal.
Cool. I want to, as Seth, I want to knock on Talia's door. Just like knock and just kind of take a step back and just kind of wait.
It's open.
And I open it, but I do not go in. And I'm like, I think you're the only person who knows my name, so thank you for that. Because I know I am a boy, but I have a name, and it feels good when. And I bow again because I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Seth, you don't need to bow all the time. It is okay.
I've also got your roll. Like I hold the bag of like the 15 like sweet rolls that you bought earlier. I'm like, I don't know what you wanted me
I'll
to
take
do with.
them.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
And I bow again, but then I go halfway bow and I realise you told me not to, so I kind of just stay there and I like look up like,
If you want to bow,
I do really. I think I want. I think I want to bow. I kind of, and I bow and I get back up.
You're also allowed to look at me.
I go to look and I'm like, and I look away again and very immediately because I just do not know how to interact.
If you would like to bow, then you can bow. If you would not like to bow, then you don't have to. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what I want, and I think I want to bow.
Okay.
So I bow again, but like I don't get back up and I kind of start slowly backing away because I do not want to be part of this interaction because I feel like I've stepped over a line.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of start walking and I like bump into a wall and I just kind of start feeling the wall behind
It's
me.
not a wall.
And then
It's not a wall, there is no wall.
No, it's not a wall. It's Reginald.
Oh no! Okay, I back up into what I think is a wall and I go like that and I...
A sort of hand clasps you around the collar to pull you upright again. And then he turns you around to face him.
And I bow again and I get up and I like... I'm so sorry, sir.
Go to the kitchen, Seth.
Of course.
Sorry, I don't mean to oppose your directions. I have something for Seth. Just one moment.
Of course.
And I reach out, take out 2 of the pastries and I don't look around for something to put them in. And I don't have anything, so I just sort of...
You have a lot of pastries, Taya.
Did you want...
No.
I put one back and I hand one to...
No, thank you.
Right, and I pick up another one.
Did
so
you
I've got
need me to send for someone to collect them and take them to the kitchens?
No. These are for you.
Am I allowed one, sir?
Yes, you have been offered one by your host.
2.
Am I allowed 2, sir? And I put them in my pocket and I bow.
Not in your pocket, Seth.
I'm sorry. And I take them out of my pocket, fluff and kind of gross stuff in it. I think there's a fingernail on one of them now.
I place one that's not covered in stuff on top.
Cool, and I'm trying to and I just have 3 buns and I don't know what to do and I go
Take them to the kitchen, boy.
Yes, sir, and I bow, and then I bow again, and then I go to run to the kitchen.
Miss Talia, I would appreciate it if you didn't tease the new staff quite so much. He has a lot of training to do.
I wasn't trying to tease him. He was being very kind and very helpful.
Yes, he has a kind heart. That's why we've taken him on. He has a lot to learn, and it would behoove you to keep that in mind and not have him run around town on little errands that would be better suited to someone with a little more experience.
But I didn't do that.
I will speak to Rosalind. Don't you worry. She's in a mind to be spoken. Have a good evening. And he floats away.
I slam the door.
Teenagers. Goes.
What's his name?
Reginald Beaumont.
My boss.
He is the steward of the house.
Essentially one of my bosses.
He's your top boss. Well,
Top
no,
boss.
I guess the top boss would be obviously
Yeah.
the Lord, but yeah.
He's the person I go to.
No, it's Maijai that's taking.
I'm in the kitchen. And
All
I
of
put
my notes are for my updates in my journal.
I'm in the kitchen. I put 2 of the buns away. Well, I put 2 of the buns and I wrap them up and I put them away in a little corner somewhere for me. And then I'm just sitting down in the corner eating the 3rd bun, just kind of trying not to be spotted by anyone else. And that's what I'm doing, I guess.
Rosalind and Agatha, there's a knock at your door. Just a sort of
Yes, do come in.
door glides open. Your mother glides in. Rosalind, Agatha,
Good afternoon, Mother.
I trust you've had fun this afternoon.
Oh yes, lots of fun.
Good.
Yes, we received our invitations.
Yes, as did I. I'm sure the fresh air did you good.
Yes, it was a beautiful day out today.
We'll all be attending the ball this evening.
Of course.
Both your brothers will be here.
Wonderful.
as soon as Edwin gets back. I'm not sure where he is.
I saw him at the mill.
At the mill?
He was working at Father's,
I see.
directing men and such, and he took a brief visit to Percy Blythe's to escort us, of course, because I would never dream of entering or going near such a place without being chaperoned properly. Right. But we left him in the village, and I do not know where he's gotten to now.
Perhaps he's gone with Archibald. Archibald's run into the next town for some errands, but he will be back shortly, and when he is, I believe we'll all go to the ball together. Wonderful. And I presume Miss Pentecost and Miss Bronton will be in our carriage with us? Yes. As our guests? Yes. Is there anything else you wanted, Mother? Of course. Thank you, Mother. So he closes behind her. Steps going away. That was lovely, wasn't it? Yes. Mother is so lovely, even when she's under as much stress as she is with Father being away and all. Archibald has truly stepped up well, but I do fear it plays on Mother's feminine sensitivities.
Well, she is a very strong toward woman.
Yes, she is. She is a true role model to us all. So I guess, past the time, you start getting ready for the ball. As my dress arrived back. Your dress arrives pretty much on time as expected. The changes have been made. Presumably you're happy with them? Yes, I am very, very happy with them.
I take a quick nap.
Agatha needs a short rest.
I would look through all of my things, and all of my dresses are on par with the one that I'm currently wearing. So I'm just sat not knowing what to do.
Well, in our room, I'm having a great time getting ready. So I open up the dress that Susan Green has had altered for me, and I'm very happy with it. The trim is exactly as I would like, and I sort of make a mental note that I'm going to go back at some point before the next ball and have it done, even more precisely. I sort of compare it to the fashion plate, and I sort of check the details. And yes, I think this is a very good start. And I summon a maid, I guess, to help us dress. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it is such a beautiful dress. I never had what's another word for clothes? Garments, yes. I never had garments such as these before in my life.
Well, I'm sure if you visit more, Susan Green would be happy to make you a little something.
Mother, well, we're good with our money, but she likes our clothes plain.
I see. It's very godly. She's a very godly woman, isn't she? My mother likes to be sure that we are always very presentable.
In comes Taya in her underwear.
Taya, have you...
But I've opened the door and I've not stepped in again.
Have you been walking through the hallways of my home in just your undergarments? This is entirely indecent.
If
my mother were to find out...
You said my dress was not... I don't...
Well, it was more appropriate than your undergarments.
Down the hallway, I am bright red because I've just seen you run past and I'm just like,
But you...
Get inside. And
I run back to my room.
Has she put some clothes on?
I don't have any. You said they're all bad.
Well, then borrow something of mine.
Has she not learned her lesson from the wedding day?
It seems Miss Bronton is always underdressed in this house. I'm just glad my mother were not here to see it.
Entirely inappropriate.
I know. I do feel... I don't think she's going to come back. Is there a maid in there with us, helping us?
Yes.
Okay. So I go to my wardrobe and I sort of very thoughtfully rummage through all my clothes, and I find a dress that I've not worn for a few years because it's a little bit out of date, but not in a way that's really noticeable. It's just very plain for something that I would wear, but it's a much nicer sort of quality of fabric than what Talia was wearing. And I give it to the maid and I say, If you wouldn't mind, could you run this to Miss Bronton's room, please?
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. I'll get right onto that.
Thank you.
Off she goes.
That was a lovely dress.
I'm sure she will hate it, but what can you do?
It's a little knock at Talia's door. Ma'am,
Yeah, come in.
Miss Rosalind sent me with this dress for you. It's a plain green dress that was previously described.
Thank you.
Do you need me to return with any messages?
No, I think that's all. Thank you.
Do you need any help getting into the dress?
Yes, probably. We all know that I'm not the best.
Oh, I'm sure that's not the case at all, ma'am. She steps in. We'll help you get into your dress. Describe that in intricate detail as you unlace your booties.
Is the maid hot?
How dare you? She's staff.
That was me. That was not Rosalind.
And I pull out 2 pastries. And one pastry. I pull out 1 pastry and I look around for something to put it in. Realise again, I still haven't got anything.
I'm okay, ma'am.
Well, this is for... And
I don't want to get
if
I appreciate that, ma'am. I don't want to get my fingers sticky if I'm going to help you with your dress.
this is after you've helped me with the dress.
Okay.
Could you, here, also, could I maybe have some cloths or something? I've got a lot left and I keep not having anything to put them in.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find some beeswax paper.
Thank you. And thank you for helping.
Of course. Yeah. She goes down to the kitchens, finds some wax paper and stuff, and brings that back up to you, so you can wrap some of your cakes in it. How many cakes you're down to now?
You should. Are you keeping track of them?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Amazing.
I think I'm down to 11.
And I still not have spent any money today.
And then I go back to writing in my diary.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to your room.
Yeah. So,
this whole time I have been looking at all of Rosalind's clothes, but not actually saying anything about it. I just keep complimenting how pretty they are and how I have never worn anything like this before.
Agatha, it's okay for you to borrow one if you'd like. Your mother isn't here, and I would never tell her if that's something that you wanted.
Maybe you would not tell her, but someone else at the ball might.
Perhaps, but I don't know. I mean, perhaps just a shawl or something. If you would like something, then you are free to take it. You needn't worry, and if word does get back, you may blame me or my mother. Maybe not my mother, but...
I like that one.
And I fetch it for her and wordlessly present it to you.
Curious about which dress you want.
It is. I was going to say.
What is it? That's just out the window. That's a pretty dress,
It's light blue. It's of similar fabric to the one that was previously given to Talia. It has some adornments to it, but it's not flashy whatsoever. It's plain, but it's nice.
Classy and plain.
Classy and plain.
Yeah.
You look very nice in it, Agatha.
Does the dress that you give me go with the ribbon that I bought?
Yes. Rosalind has thought everything through.
I knock on the door and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this ribbon that you bought earlier?
It's filthy.
It's filthy. It's for the maids.
Could you, take
Yes.
it to
Do you
be
have
washed?
anything else that needs to be washed while I take this?
I believe that's it.
I'm
You
sorry,
may
ma'am.
want to change into a fresh set of uniform.
Ah,
as
yes.
well.
I am covered
Yes.
in filth. I did notice that, ma'am. I apologise, and I bow and I
Thank you.
back up, and then I go and I close the... Do you want this closed, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I go, I close the door, and I continue back, and I stand up and I walk away with... And then
Thank you.
Bumbling idiot.
Is everybody ready for the ball?
Nearly.
I did not want to wear this, but Rosalind
Oh,
insisted.
it goes so nicely with the dress you've selected.
Is it on properly?
I've put the ribbon on.
There's
Let me get
There's
this for you,
a
ma'am.
bell that sort of signifies that everyone should meet
good.
down in the
Thank you,
parlour,
Seth.
where you'll find your mother is there, Archibald is there, Edwin is there, and they're all waiting for the three of you to come down the stairs. And you sort
I
of,
definitely come last. I
as
forgot
you get
what
to the,
time
you
it
all
is.
sort of get to the top of the stairs from different directions. Well, two different directions, and see each other at the top of the stairs.
No, I'm like late. Like you're already
Okay.
going down the stairs.
Okay, so the two of you come down the stairs then, and you see your mother dressed in a very regal, sort of auburn dress. It's very interesting coloured. You've not seen her in this one before. Auburn, gold trimming, a nice, also a gold tiara. Archibald is dressed in a black suit and tie, tall collar. He has a top hat. He's got a cane. White shirt. It's very somber looking. It's the sort of normal thing you would expect to see him in. He doesn't really dress flamboyantly. He likes simple, plain colours. Edwin is dressed in a lavish sort of red and gold threaded waistcoat with a matching jacket that goes with it. The pants are a sort of cream colour, tall boots with interesting trimming around them. And also a top hat that's a little bit taller than you would expect a top hat to be. Maybe like an extra couple of inches. He's there with a grin on his face. He says, "Oh, you look wonderful, dear sister."
Oh, thank you. You all look splendid. Mother, that dress is very beautiful.
Thank you, dear. You look resplendent yourself.
Thank you, Mother.
You'll do us proud this evening.
I will be sure to.
Now remember, girls, where's Talia?
She declined to get ready with us, but
Sorry, I'm late. I was, and bearing in mind, you have to remember the dress is also 2 inches too short for me because I am 2 inches taller than Rosalind. Sorry, here. I'm here down the stairs. Go and stand next to Edwin. Hi.
Remember, girls, this is the first ball of the season. It may only be our village ball, but every appearance is important.
yes, Mother.
Appearances are everything.
I understand, Mother.
I know you do. Talia, appearances are everything.
Yes.
The way you portray yourself is the way you are seen by other members of society, and you will be treated according to how they see you.
Yes.
Do you not want to be seen in a way that is proper?
I don't see why this isn't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I am not your father. So you will wear what you choose to wear. And so be it. The consequences will be on you. But if you embarrass the family tonight, Archibald will deal with you. Won't you, dear? And Archibald, who's very tall, he's 6'3". Yes. This is your last chance to get changed, Talia.
Why would I get changed when Rosalind has given me such a lovely dress to wear?
It is the hat, Talia.
Well, it's not much bigger. It's not bigger than your hat. I didn't want to overshadow you, sir. And if you want to talk about somebody's silly hat, I mean, Edwin's right next to you.
He says nothing to Edwin. Edwin just sort of... It's all the rage in London. Yeah, there's an awkward moment as people sort of assess each other, and things are just let go with. So you're just waiting for a carriage, which will pull up. The steward will, Reginald, the carriage is ready for you. Mum. If you'd like to all come this way, leads you out the door into the carriage. Takes you down the sort of 10-minute ride into the
Seth
town.
coming
Yeah,
as
where
a
am I,
villain?
dude? Am I like?
Or is he
Am I
left
staying at
behind?
home? Am I staying at home? Am I being put at home today? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess you get to watch.
Yes. Reginald spoke with you.
Oh no, Reggie. I mean, sir.
You will be spending the evening at home. So you take down 15 minutes, get into the centre of the village. As you approach the village hall, you can hear music is playing. There's lots of people sort of lining up to come in.
Can we talk in the carriage?
Mm-hmm.
Reginald said that it was my fault that Seth had come with us and that I shouldn't be treating him how I gave him some pastries and he said that I was tricking him or something and that I had him running around the town all day and I...
It is his job to assist us, is it not?
Seth is new, dear. He's supposed to be being trained. I don't think it's quite becoming of you to drag him around the village. I was the one that spoke to Reginald and asked him. Choose someone a little more trained next time.
Yes, Mother.
We have many people in the household that would be much more suitable.
I know, Mother. I'm sorry.
But why was I the one who was being told this? He's not my staff.
While you are here, the staff is your staff. If you ask him to run errands, he will run errands with you.
I did not ask him.
If you ask him to carry cakes in his pockets...
I did not ask him to do that either.
Mother, Talia didn't... he was with us this morning in the drawing room. He accompanied Archibald
Yes, I'm sure.
Sorry, Mother.
She turns to look out the carriage window.
Just wanted to know what I'd done wrong.
Just very quiet after that and just is continually fixing her hair and her dress before the carriage arrives.
Keeping myself to myself.
Well, I had a lovely day at work, Edwin says. The mill's going well. We've upped production by at least 5%. I think under my tutelage, this mill is going to go places. Talia?
Sorry.
Okay. And Archibald, yes, you've done a good job. You've done a good job, Edwin. We're both very pleased with you, me and Father. And we're looking forward to see what sort of seriousness you can bring to the family. Talia?
Sorry, the bumps in the road, they're just...
Yes, I'm sure. Yes, well, looks like we're here, so after you, ladies, Mother. And so, your mother steps out first, Georgiana. She regally, there's a doorman opens the door for her, she steps out and turns to you, takes your hand. One after the other, you all exit the carriage, and obviously you don't have to queue up to get in. You head to the front, to the entrance of the hall, and as you get in, you are announced.
Seth is currently on his second sweet bun in the kitchen, just like, why can't I go to the
pastry.
even better. Second pastry, just like, why can't I go to the pool? I know I didn't. Reginald.
As you step into the grand hall of the village ball, all eyes turn towards you, for you are the embodiment of elegance and grace. Your entrance is akin to a scene out of one of your favourite Jane Austen novels that you've been reading. The room hushed with anticipation as the door swings open and the man begins to announce you one by one. Please welcome Mrs. Georgiana Penhallow and... Yes, lady, sorry. Lady Georgiana Penhallow, her daughter and two sons, Lord Archibald, Master Edwin, and Miss Rosalind Penhallow. and they're two close family members, Talia Bronton and Agatha Pentecost. Polite applause from everybody as you make your way in. The flickering candlelight casts a soft glow upon your meticulously chosen gowns, delicate fabric flowing gracefully with every step. The embroidery and intricate details catch the light, adding an air of sophistication to your ensemble. A subtle smile plays upon your lips, radiating both confidence and charm. Your companions, equally stunning in their attire, flank you, Rosalind, to either side. Their presence only amplifies the scene that surrounds you. Each of you possesses a distinct allure, a captivating combination of poise and vivacity. As you move through the room, the soft rustle of silk on silk and the delicate sound of laughter fills the air. Eyes follow you every moment, whispers of admiration and intrigue trailing in your wake. The dashing gentleman pause mid-conversation, momentarily struck by your enchanting presence. With effortless grace, you slide across the dance floor with your eyes sparkling with anticipation. In this moment, you embody the essence of a bygone era, where wit, charm, and social graces reign supreme. The world seems to slow as you take your place in the dances, ready to partake in the revelries of the night. The music begins once more. And the night is yours to enjoy.
So I've realised quite suddenly and quite alarmingly that because this ball was announced very last minute, there was not time to arrange dance cards, which means that the dancing tonight is not planned, which could be an issue for Rosalind because having organised slots is quite useful.
So there will be many, many boys wanting to dance with you this evening, or men I should say.
But I can see as the first dance is starting, I sort of linger and make myself known at the side of the dance floor so that if anybody wants to come up and ask for the first slot, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Probably, I guess the first person that comes to ask you to dance is Percy Blythe, as the host of the show, and you as who you are. He would love to have the honour of being the first to dance with you this evening. Rosalind, Miss Rosalind, my dear, I'm so glad you could all make it. I trust you found this morning's diversion entertaining.
Oh yes, it was quite delightful, was it not?
I thought you'd like it.
It was truly a genius idea to bring some of the sophisticated fun of London to our little village.
What? Yes, dear.
How come Agatha's had so many more clues than ours?
Well, I was keeping track of you, and I believe you managed to get lucky and skip ahead a few clues. Perhaps I didn't organise Perhaps some of my clues were slightly too similar, and so a first clue, you guessed where the location of the third clue, and lucky enough to find the clues in the end. But you all got your invitations, that's what's important.
We did.
And we're all here now, and I would be honoured, dear, if I as the host may have the first dance with you.
Of course. So it would be my honour.
Excellent. He leads you away to join in that first dance. A few of the sort of younger men of the village eyeing up the rest of you.
I turn to Talia in order to divert our attentions from the men. Well, this is a lovely evening, is it not? They have a wonderful selection of food.
Yes. I haven't.
And I trust that you will...
Are you following
Are you
her?
joining?
Yes.
Okay.
And I trust that you will not be as thirsty as you were last time.
Drink, that's an excellent
No.
idea. And I head over to the drinks. What is it, punch?
Sure. Wine, there's a few things. There's gin, there's wine, there's beer.
I take one.
Well, I suppose one glass won't hurt you. I am not drinking. I'm just having a glass of water.
Did I sense judgment in your tone there, Agatha?
Well, at my brother's wedding, you seemed to have many glasses of wine. And you were not quite yourself.
You're right, I was not quite myself. Downs the glass of wine.
Sure, make a constitution check.
Just a straight constitution.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not
And I pick up another
not
one.
the first glass of wine you've downed.
I really do think you should be
I
more
walk away to the
careful.
food table.
Edwin is immediately by your side, Agatha, noticing that you're alone. Agatha, you'll dance with me, won't you?
Oh, not tonight, Edwin.
You never dance.
Well, no, I am
Can
not
we do
too
good?
fond. I'm not fond of dancing.
I can teach you. I'm quite the dancer.
Another time, Edwin. I
I could just
not
order you
feeling
to
too
dance
well.
with me.
Do I see this and hear this?
Yes, I guess. Depends how far away you want.
Too far before you joined.
Well, what are you going to do? Just drag me onto the dance floor?
Oh, I shouldn't have to, Agatha. Let's have fun.
I am having fun right here.
I walk back.
Where?
Here, at the drinks table where I am drinking a lot of drinks.
Water, Agatha. You're drinking water.
Oh yes, I am very thirsty.
At a ball.
Well,
One is supposed to have fun, Agatha.
I am
never see
having
you have fun.
I am having fun.
With your water.
Yes, it's very chill water.
Talia, would you care to join me for a dance?
Absolutely.
Yes, Talia shall
Wonderful.
dance.
And maybe we'll talk some sense into you, Agatha.
Yes, maybe.
Come, join me. And then, I don't know any Regency dances, but I know there's some of this and
Yeah.
walking around in circles. And...
I have something to ask you,
Of course.
Edwin. I don't quite know how to speak of it, but
Wait. Should we ask everyone else to leave the table?
no.
Okay.
If we can't hear, I'm happy to leave.
It depends on how close you are in the ballroom and if you overhear
Well,
us.
I'm dancing, so
And
I'm
we're
on
also
the dance
dancing.
floor with you.
Yeah, but I
And
feel
if
like-
it is one of those big Regency, like we're dancing as a big group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be like what?
Shall I roll to see if I can hear?
Well, let's just sit. Okay,
Sit.
go. So we're dancing.
I don't know what I saw or yes. I sort of maybe kind of saw you earlier. When we were at the mill, we were looking for you.
He trips and stumbles. And he's back up again.
Are you okay?
Quite fine.
I don't know what it was, but I was just I didn't tell anyone. And
This is all happening while you're moving around in these circles and stuff. He does not take his eyes off you. What do you think you saw? Tabitha? It's not Tabitha. Talia.
God, Edwin really is thrown off.
you and one of the men who worked at the mill. Maybe they should have.
Talia, we have been good friends and cousins for all our lives.
That's right. We don't
I believe
know this.
we have a special bond, do we not?
Absolutely.
I can trust in your...
Of course.
Thank you. Shall we continue this dance?
I just didn't understand was all.
You didn't understand. Sweet child. We were fucking.
Oh, sweet child, we were fucking.
Come on, teach you all about it. In a more appropriate time. I believe no one's told you about this before. Now is not the time or the place for this conversation.
Okay.
Rosalind hasn't had anything and she's having a really lovely time with
I
Mr.
am
Bly.
still at the drinks table.
Seth, third pastry. He's having a great time.
He's getting wild.
He's getting wild with his pastries.
I didn't think you were going to be obvious with it. I thought we were going to be subtle with it. That's why I said they shouldn't leave.
You cornered him on it.
Cool. We continue to dance.
Deal with that however you do. Yeah, you dance. You say nothing more. He says nothing more during the dance. Just a lot of eye contact. He's trying to insight check you, basically.
To know what?
Just whether he can trust you or not.
Of course he can trust me.
That's what he thinks, yeah.
I'm very pink at the moment.
So you finish, same dance, I guess. Percy,
Yes.
Blow, thanks you profusely for such an honour. And then he intermingles with the crowd, doing business and whatever else it is that Percy does. Is there anyone else you want to talk with?
I am going to go get myself some water after that dance because I expect I'll be doing a lot more dancing.
Agatha is there.
And while I have my water, I sort of glance around and just see if I can see my mother anywhere.
She's there. She's not dancing in with anyone. It wouldn't really be appropriate while her husband is away. So she's standing next to Archibald, who also isn't dancing because his wife is not here. He doesn't dance with anyone except his wife. She's back in their own home. She's obviously just visiting while your father's away. So they're just off to one side. They're sort of talking with various members that come past and engage them. You can tell they're clearly just talking about sort of business and stuff like that. It's not very exciting whatsoever. She's keeping an eye on you girls. You're still wearing the top hat, aren't you?
I'm still wearing the top hat and I go to get another... Well, I put down my drink when I went to dance with Edward, so I picked my drink back up. I look to see if she's looking at me.
She just glances over now and then. She's not staring at you the entire time.
Right. When I look at her, is she glancing at me?
When you look at her, she looks away.
How are you finding the evening?
Very,
You look a bit... Are you quite alright? Agatha, doesn't she look a bit
Interesting.
red?
It's just a bit warm in here, isn't it?
Well, maybe if you had some water.
Good idea. I should drink more.
That doesn't look like water.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome another special guest this evening, Mr. Gilbert Bronton.
Your father is back?
I thought he was away on business.
I was told they would all be away for many months.
So you're sort of far into. Yeah, you look over and you can see this sort of tall but sort of poorly postured man, glasses. I want to say like dirty red hair. I'm not sure what the best way to describe it. It's not bright
Dark
red.
auburn.
Yeah, I guess it's a sort of auburny kind of autumnal kind of feel to his hair. So it's dark ginger, whatever. His round glasses, thin metal frames. He's all dressed up in a suit. He's by himself. And then
I run over to him.
you run over him. Cool.
Father, I didn't think you were going to be here.
Oh, yes, no, I'm here. I just briefly, I just thought, isn't this fun? Yeah. A ball. I could not miss a ball, could I? No, I was, yes, oh, one moment. And he turns, and in the doorway again is another man coming in, and there's some whispering with the sort of announcing guy, and just one moment. So the answer, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Master Colin Jefferson, son of Lord Francis Jefferson, here from London.
And Rosalind
and
is just going to sort of subtly sidle over. Like, I'm not greeting Gilbert, but I just am near enough that I can sort of, in case there's news of my father.
So Colin comes to stand beside the two of you, stands beside Gilbert. He's also in a very, very fancy dress. He's probably the best dressed person in the room. But he has a sort of mess of dark curly hair. He's taking his hat off. He's a little bit sweaty. And he's very, I wouldn't say he's very skinny. He is not well built. Sort of pale eyes, and he comes to stand over. Yes, Taya, this is Colin Jefferson. I know his father. We meet at White's. We get along very well together. And he's with me on business, and I thought it would be interesting if he came to the ball too. So please be acquainted with each other. Colin, this is my esteemed daughter, Taya. Please introduce yourselves. And so Colin is it's a pleasure to meet you, Taya. May I?
It's lovely to meet you too.
Kisses your hands. What a lovely village that you all have here. Your father's told me all about it, and I'm excited to see some of it in the morning. I will be staying in the inn.
Are you staying as well, Father?
Yes, I'll be staying. We're just going to be staying for the just for the day. So I have to get back to London in the morning. Maybe midday. I'll stay till then. Yes. Sure. Would you dance with me, dear?
Of course.
Great. So he takes you out and you enjoy your dancing together. Colin stands to the side. I think Archibald knows him, so he's left to the side, having a sort of discussion. So what are you guys doing before we start the next dance?
I'm going to assume I'm also part of this dance.
Cool. Another boy has asked you to dance. You've said yes. If you ask me for his name, I will...
Kill me, yeah.
No.
It's a boy. I'm dancing.
One of many nameless boys that pursue you. The song. I hope you've been settling in well here, dear.
Can I hear? Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, if you're trying. I guess.
Because I want to hear if there's any news of my dad. So I'm going to actively try and, like, when we go to line up at the start of the dance, like, encourage my partner to be not near enough that it's weird, but like...
Make perception with advantage then.
Okay, but just so I can hear if he mentions what they're doing. Well, that was shit.
Glad you got...
Oh, you're joking!
Did you get
8.
that one twice? Oh.
No, plus one was a 7.
Oh. What? So you've only got +1?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, 8. You're going to struggle to hear them. You're settling in fine here?
Yes. Rosalind gave me a dress to wear.
It's beautiful. It really suits you.
It's very kind.
What do you think of mine? I had to borrow it. But, it's not a dress, obviously. It's a suit.
It's wonderful, of course.
Thank you. It fits me quite well, I think. Don't have many good suits at the moment, but...
Maybe we should get some more when you're back.
Yes, when I'm back. That will be wonderful. I will be back. Well, with lots of business in London, obviously, with the passing of the king. There's been a lot of how do you say not upset. Just things are very disruption. Yes, there's lots of disruption. But we're on it. Things are going to be handled just fine. I may have to go to Paris. But I probably won't.
Why?
Just on business.
Can I come?
It'll probably be safer if you stay here. It's the war's just finished and it's safer. And the travel across the sea the channel is choppy at best.
I do miss you terribly when you go away.
I'll be home soon. I promise. So yeah, if you've got more to say, the dance continues. Yes, you should get to know Colin and show him around the village in the morning. I think that would be nice for him to have some younger company.
You're not
trying to plot anything here, are you, Father?
No plotting, no plotting, no... Roll an insight check.
Fish. 2.
No plotting. No.
Okay.
Plots
good,
would
but-
imply some sort of underhanded scheme, and there's nothing underhanded or untowards in my plannings.
Of course. It's just, you know that I'm not looking for a man right now.
Talia dear, look, I have you're a very strong-willed girl, and I've always appreciated that from you. But sometimes you just have to understand that I'm looking out for the best for you, and sometimes not everything can go. I won't always be able to look after you, Talia. So sometimes I have to make decisions that will. Yes, he has agreed to be your husband.
And is it set or?
He's a good young man.
But what if I don't like him?
You will. I like him. He's very nice.
But
He
what
reads
if-
a lot of books. You read a lot of books.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that.
I read a lot of books.
Absolutely. I'll try.
Because should anything ever happen to me, which it wouldn't, but if it did, then you would lose everything, Talia, and I must protect you from that.
So he's the one that's going to do it.
Yes, but he's a good boy. I've spoken to him at length, and his father, and they both agreed that would anything untoward happen, that he would look after you. And he's a good boy. You should get to know him. I think you'll be most pleased with his temperament.
Yes, I'll do my best.
Because I love you, dear, and I'm just trying to look out for you. But let's just dance. And you continue your evening of dancing.
Just let that sit for a little bit. Jesus Christ.
Colin is waiting patiently, I guess, for his time to be properly introduced to you with a dance. When you're ready.
The dance ends.
Mm-hmm.
Chug another drink, so we're on 3.
I like that you're
Shall I'll make another constitution check.
14.
Handling those drinks well. So your father... Does anyone else... We're going with this.
Yeah.
I can tell in people's eyes. Okay, your father leads you back over to Colin. Colin, perhaps the two of you would enjoy a dance together. I told her everything.
I love Gilbert so much.
So Colin's, well, yes, unexpected. I was hoping we would have a little longer, Colin, before we broke the news
Sorry, that's
to
that's
her.
my fault. I didn't let it go.
But your father has told me much about you, many fine things, and you sound like a fascinating young woman. And it would be my honour to take you as my wife. I understand this is a little
Why don't we start
faster
with
than
a
we'd normally.
dance?
Yes, let's start with a dance. I'm good at dancing.
I'm not.
That's okay. Shall we?
So don't shout if I step on your feet.
I don't raise my voice. I don't think I've ever raised my voice. I'm not sure if I know how. No. Shall we?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of this. That's all I know. I've seen it in the TV series. They don't touch. They just hold their hands and walk around in circles. Your father's told me a lot about you. You sound very interesting.
Yes, I get that a lot.
Some people have said I'm quite interesting too.
In what way?
My father said it would be interesting if I was different.
People quite often want me to be different.
They do, don't they? I don't think people often know what they're talking about. But we're very rich, So there is that. So there's a
And
bonus that helps.
You're the one who will inherit when my father dies.
Yes, but your father's young. I'm sure
Absolutely.
it will be. He just thought it would be best. Like, you are 19 now?
17.
17. Oh,
Turn 18 later this year.
right. Yes, I think perhaps he was thinking it would be later then.
Perhaps.
I think he was not planning on announcing. I'm not sure. Yes, we're not getting married tomorrow.
No.
He thought he was going to sort of
I should
subtly...
think we would like to make sure that we get on first.
Yes, yes.
I would hate to keep you trapped.
No, I could never be trapped by such a fine creature as yourself.
Yes, but I would hate for either of us to get into something not knowing anything about each other.
No, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Your father just felt that he needed a insurance policy, but like maybe more romantic sounding. That doesn't. That sounds
Why
bad.
ever would you need something like that?
Since you'll have to excuse me, but your mother is no longer with us.
Yes, hasn't been for quite
you
some
have
time.
no older brothers to inherit, and he's worried that...
Does he think something's going to happen?
No, I don't think so, not as far as I'm aware. He worries, and he worries that accidents happen, like with your mother. I'm sorry to bring it up again. Like, you step out onto the street, and then... I think perhaps last week he had a bit of a scare, thinking about the king passing, and
Of course.
and these things. He just wants the best for you, and he's friends with my father, as I think you know, and he told me all about you, and I have to say, you sound fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better.
Yes, I look forward to getting to know
I've
you.
upset you. I've upset you.
No, not
It
at all.
was... Here.
You've not done
Here's you
anything.
his little handkerchief thing. Here, I'm terribly sorry.
You didn't do a single thing.
This could be a very happy joining of families. Your father is an accomplished man. He's very clever, your father. I don't think I've ever met a man more clever. And with my father, the two of them, they work well together, and when I'm set to inherit my father's business, we're also in printing, and yes, it would be a good match on paper.
Yes.
Yes.
So we should make sure that it works in principle as well.
Yes. This is very awkward.
Do you like my hat?
It's very different. Your father did say that you have an interesting choice in fashions, and that should I ever take you as my wife, which I plan to, that your, what did he say, eccentricities should be enjoyed. Because he finds them quite endearing, and that I would too. And I must say, yes, endearing. And you dance very well.
Just at that moment, I slapped his phone. By accident.
You dance very well.
Sorry!
Quite alright.
Sorry. I've never danced with this many people at a ball before.
This is your first ball?
No, I'm not one that people generally want to dance with.
But you're lady of high esteem.
Of course.
Your father is...
Yes. This doesn't quite make sense, does it?
I don't understand. But perhaps that means more dances for me then.
Yes, although I'd hate for us to appear improper, not when we're staying with the Penhallows. We all know how they view things.
Yes, that's true. I know Archibald, and he is very proper.
Yes, have you met Georgiana yet?
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
You see the one over there? Don't be too obvious about it.
Which one? Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, she sees me. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, that's his wife, and she's
very
terribly
severe-looking.
proper. Yes, of course.
I can imagine. Yes, I guess that's where
Well, not
Archibald
Archibald's
gets
wife.
it.
Archibald's the son.
Yes.
Archibald's mother, then.
Yes, perhaps as a guest, it probably would be proper if I danced with a number of people in the village. So
Yes, absolutely, but Georgiana won't dance.
Georgiana won't dance.
Not with anyone who's not her husband.
No, that fits. Yes. Thank you for the dance as the music ends. Miss Talia Bonton. And he's
Mr.
sort of
Jefferson. Colin.
Colin Jefferson. And he's sort of,
gonna be your dad's name as well?
he scurries back to your father, exchanges a sort of few whispers and stuff like that. He seems pleased, I guess. He thought that interaction went reasonably well. You can tell from his body language.
I go down another glass of wine.
Mm-hmm. Roll with disadvantage. Because that's what, your fifth? Fourth? Fifth?
Fourth. It's my fourth.
Because that's close to a bottle now.
Okay, not too bad. 15.
Yeah, still good.
16.
The adrenaline is keeping you going, yeah. Okay. Everybody else?
I
go and
have
sit on the side.
since sat down and I am just observing the ball. Not doing much, not saying much. Everyone who comes over to me, I politely reject them. But I have been watching my two cousins dancing, and I have noticed Talia down another glass of wine, and I shake my head in disappointment.
Do I see that?
Maybe?
Were you directing at... Were you looking her in the eyes and shaking your
No,
head?
I was just... no, actually, no, yeah, I did. I did.
I pick up another glass and I throw it back.
Roll again, disadvantage. Every drink roll is at disadvantage now.
Jesus.
9.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So if the dance just, I assume I was dancing then as well. Just going to
sure.
assume if there's a dance, I'm dancing.
Yeah, that was a very long conversation, so make another perception roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't so much actively trying to listen then, but 7.
You never really got close enough to hear any of the conversation.
I am going to go get myself some water, have a very nice proper sip, and before the next dance, I make my way towards Talia, who I can see is drunk, but I sort of look at Talia and then at her father. What was that all about? Does he have word from London? Does he know when they're coming back? Why is he here then? Quite all right.
It appears that he's found somebody for me to marry.
What?
And he'll be leaving again tomorrow, so... It's awfully hot in here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Congratulations. And I very quickly leave, and before the next lot of songs start up, I find whichever man has been trying to dance with me and not succeeding the last 2 times. I go straight up and I offer my hand and I put on a big smile and I just wait.
Great. He's 5'4".
He's my height.
He's your age, but he is balding. Very dark eyes. His name is Nigel. Nigel Smithson. And he's been excited to dance with you all evening. Oh, Rosalind, thank you so much for granting me a dance, my lady.
Well, of course.
I hope I won't embarrass you too much on the dance floor.
I'm sure you won't. You've been waiting so politely all night.
Yes, I have been. It's my turn.
Shall we?
Yes, let's.
Let's.
And as you dance together. He doesn't take his eyes off you the entire dance. He's enchanted by you.
Lovely.
During that dance, I leave. Oh, were you trying to find me?
Yeah.
Maybe you catch me before I leave. I'm walking.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go outside, get the carriage ready and stuff.
I was going to, because you're at the drunks table, I was going to offer you a glass of water.
Just chase after her with it.
I take the water. Drink it. 2 mouthfuls of it. Nope. Pick up another glass of wine. Throw it back.
Okay.
So, that's now 6. I need to roll again. I thought I'm already drunk.
You are, but you get drunk.
Can be worse.
Is that still at disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Maijai just got a nat 20.
15.
Okay, you're not any drunker than what you were before. You're just, you're just drunk. Did you just left? You haven't said anything to your father?
I sort of walk up to him,
Mm-hmm.
realise that I'm drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you at home. I won't see you at home. You're not gonna be there.
No,
So I'll see you in a few months, I guess.
Join me for breakfast. We're staying at the inn.
Right. Okay.
Breakfast?
Yes.
I'm
And
sorry.
I leave. And I walk home. I didn't call
That's
the carriage,
where
I
we'll leave
walked
it.
home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.